The Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned. Welcome to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name is Dave, your humble dungeon master and friend and rabble-rouser, carouser, ringleader, cat herder, and banana hider, here to say welcome back, everybody. We've taken some time off to revitalize ourselves in the splendors of something or other, and now we're back. So here we are. I'm excited to dive back into this game with my friends. And here are my friends, by the way, these beautiful people that keep showing up to play games. I don't know why. Hey, guys. You're here.
I'm here for the banana.
Hey.
Banana Republic of Feldspar. Welcome back, guys. How you been? It's been 2 weeks.
Pretty dope.
Has it?
Excited to be back.
It's been 2 weeks.
Lots of dope, okay?
Lots
It's been
of
2
dope.
weeks. It's been a long 2 weeks. I missed you guys.
Been
missed
too
you.
long.
Aw.
Maybe we should play more frequently.
More
Like
frequently
every
than
week?
once a week.
Every week, once a week, I think we should play.
Well, hourly.
5 days a week.
Bi-hourly.
Oh my God. Every
Full-time
other hour. Who needs sleep when you have friends in Dungeons and Dragons? Hey, we're back. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons after we quit goofing around here. Usually the way that we do this is we say hello, we introduce ourselves. I think if I remember correctly, we go around the table, everybody says hi, we drop some links in the chat, and then we do a recap, and then we play a game. And at some point we end the game and we all go to bed.
Mhm.
Not necessarily
Or do it.
together.
Separately.
Yep, in separate beds. Actually, we're all in the same house in different rooms,
Yeah.
streaming from various rooms. Shelly, you got a new room. Let's start with you, Shelly. How you doing? You've got a new space there. How is it? Tell us a little bit about it. You got a plant?
Weirdly feels just like the old space. Um, hey everyone, I'm Shelly. I am in the same space as I was before, just a different angle, because that's how I roll. You can find me on Twitter at Real Flea Monkey or Flea Monkey in the chats. And tonight I'm playing Nori Bibblespark, the smallest, perhaps, gnome you've ever seen, or right in there with the smallest 5.
Certainly the toughest.
The toughest. I mean, I'm trying to fit in with you guys with the description of like, I'm trying to come up with a tagline.
The best gnome in Greyhawk.
That's right.
Best
The
darn gnome in
gnomiest,
Greyhawk,
the gnomiest gnome.
and small. I don't know.
Gnome
The
buddy's
sharpest
food.
gnome in Greyhawk.
Gnome buddy can mess with you.
Yeah. There we go.
You know me.
Oh yeah.
You don't know me.
Oh my God. Well, hey, thanks for being here, Shelly. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I love your new space.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let's jump over to Ashley. Hi, Ash. I love your new space too.
Oh, yeah. Remarkably also, like, exactly the same as my old space. Drop cloth. Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. And I am playing for you tonight. Xanthi, the golden girl who actually is totally gold. And we just found out that she is a changeling. And she's not really good at controlling her powers. So that's a problem. Because now she's like this gold monster and she doesn't know what to do. So dealing with trauma. Excited for it. And we'll see what happens.
We shall indeed see what happens, Ashley. And we were going to title this episode Bleak's Armpit Hair, but we decided to go with a crisis of identity. So there we go. I hope as a changeling, Xanthi's not afraid of change.
We'll find out.
Oh no. All right. Well, until then, let's jump over to the next illustrious pompadour armpit hair wearing man from the North Country, Bleak Season. Hello, my friend. Welcome back.
Hello, Dave. How are you doing?
Good.
Glad to hear it.
Fill us
Oh,
in
my
on
turn.
yeah, fill us in on the smoke that's billowing from the North Country.
Hey, Wiley. Yeah, it's just terrible up here. They're fucking burning Anglophones. My name is The Bleak Season. I can be found under that moniker, The Bleak Season, on Twitter. Also, check out my website, bleakseason.com. I've been giving it a little facelift. Working on that now that I'm on vacation. And I play tonight, as with every other night here, Lachlan Feldspar. What is it? The most electrifying dwarf in all of Greyhawk. And yeah,
pretty good.
pretty shocking. But I don't have a new background, but I'm digging Shelly's plant. Shelly's got a nice plant there.
Or
Yep.
is it a ponytail? Who knows?
It's kind of a Dr. Seuss thing right now.
It
It's like
is,
a
yeah.
giant spider coming down from your
Wow.
Susie who?
Yeah, sorry
Oh,
for my
cute.
smoke, everyone. I'm just curing some Canadian bacon. It'll be done tomorrow.
Oh, it's not even real bacon.
Canadian bacon at least
Ouch.
has substance to it. It's not just fucking fat.
You know what? They put it with pineapple on pizzas, though. So, I mean, that tells you something right there. Sorry.
I don't eat pineapple on my pizza. What am I fucking? No.
Canadian?
Cultured?
Oh,
Hey.
snap. Before we get into a full-fledged brawl between Shelly and Bleak, let's jump over to Andy. Hi, Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch and Discord and all the internet-y places. Tonight,
Ooh.
I will once again be playing Desmond Adelar, a third level human rogue who has one less curse than he had before.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Mm-hmm. So he's kind of excited about that, but with some good news, he also got some bad news. So
I
see where
mean,
that goes.
you knew something was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So does this means that Desmond has a free curse slot available?
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
yeah, we'll
Things are
see what
looking up.
happens. Yeah, we'll fill that in as soon as possible with something special. Actually, I do have something special, you guys. We've been sort of waiting on this because of some of the reveals that we didn't want to spoil, specifically about Xanthi and her true nature, which now we're starting to learn more about. But we do have, my friends, our brand new, I mean, new as like 4 months ago, but new to everyone else. We have our new character art, which I'm about to show you. And I just want to give a quick shout out to our friend Jose Ortiz, who is the artiste who put together these wonderful portraits, taking a little bit of a description from our players and crafting some pretty unique artwork. So posting that up now on the screen, you can see as our characters cycle through. Very, very, very thankful to Jose for working with us on these. And yeah, check it out. There's Desmond Adelar
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice.
shuffling some cards as he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh,
Looking pretty young there.
oh, look at little Bibble
Yeah.
Stark. Bibble.
Pre-age curse.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna have him put some crow's feet lines on the corners of his eyes and some gray spots, but
Bibbles.
Bibbles.
yeah,
That hair.
good stuff. Look at this guy. Look at old Blue
know.
Eyes. Old Blue Eyes.
Whoa. Lachlan.
Is this the first
That's
time you've
right.
seen this, Andy?
Yeah. I haven't seen everybody else's.
Oh, but you've seen your own, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty dang
Nice.
awesome. Yep. Pretty cool stuff. So big shout out to Jose. Thank you so much for doing that,
Goggles.
Jose. It's great working with you. Jose's played on a couple of our streams in the past. In some Greyhawk. He's written for Greyhawk. He does a lot of great artwork and contributes to the community. I should probably also say we've got Wiley Hobbit in the chat here. Wiley Hobbit has been contributing to our community with live streams, but also with an awesome podcast, The Greycast. I highly recommend that you check out Wiley and Mateus and their ramblings of all things Greyhawk It's absolutely fantastic. Lots of good information in there. So thank you for that, Wiley. Appreciate the hell out of you. Big shout out to Anna B. Meyer for creating maps that we like to look at and use for our planning and our imagination time when we get together and imaginate with each other. It's real fun when we have a map to look at. And finally, last but not least, see that logo right above us, right up here? Yeah, that was created by our friends at Trixie Wizard. So when you guys in our audience come and support us, hang out with us in chat, throw bits around to help our players or our GM, we like to turn that stuff around and put it right back into the community for artwork and making the stream better. So thank you all for helping support us. We couldn't have this type of cool artwork if it wasn't for y'all. So thank you very much. We appreciate your support. And I should then also mention that we do have a big supporter who has stuck with us through the long haul, and that is our friends over at CZ RPG. And we are, I hope that I'm getting this right. I think I'm getting this right. We are giving away the Coalescent Canyon, and we all learned, Bleak, what coalescent means last time 2 weeks ago, and I definitely didn't forget. But maybe some of our chat folks did. So if you could remind our chat, I mean, what that means. I think it's getting
just like these mics.
That's right. It means growing warm.
English major
banana.
right there. Ooh, I like to keep my bananas warm. Yes. Okay, fine. Hey, we're going to give some stuff away from CZ RPG, you guys. We do have a giveaway, and that is the Coalescent Canyon. So if y'all want to get in and maybe win, type !drawing into the chat and you will be entered to win. Andy's going to show you how to do it. It's super easy. He always shows us how to do it, but Andy, I don't think you've ever won.
No,
have you?
For some reason, I never win.
Huh.
That's okay. I don't want it. I want somebody that's watching to get it.
Yes. Like Cardman. Hey, Cardman, welcome in. All right, everybody can go home.
Guy.
Cardman's here.
Cardman might win.
Hey, plus 10. Great to see you.
That's been known to happen.
So big shout out to Christian and his team at CZRPG. They are just closing out their Kickstarter that they've got going on. And if you want to go over and check out all the good stuff they have over at their Patreon, please, I encourage you to do so. We certainly support them and they support us. And it's just a great community of folks supporting each other. I think that's all of the announcements. Oh my gosh, it's almost we're almost a half an hour in already. Boy, we sure do talk a lot.
Yeah,
it's almost like we get together and just talk for hours on end. Weird. Very weird.
Well,
Break time yet? Need to go to the
Recap.
I need to. We need a bio brag. Bio break. I've got a very long-winded recap, guys. So if you need to, take a walk or,
Stretch.
go pour yourself a drink, do some stretching. I'm just kidding. It's not too bad. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. What do you say? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, my friends. Here we go. In our last session, the party visited old Mona Blackwood and made bargains with the hag in hopes of ending Desmond's corruption and breaking the cursed bond that he had with the strange dagger that had been given to him by his dear friend Xanthi. One by one, you entered the hag's cottage and agreed to her terms. Nori's sorrowful memory, Lachlan's treasured trinket and story of a lost love, Xanthi's magical bracelet, all in exchange for their friend's freedom from the Blade's curse. Now, along the way, shocked by this new appearance, albeit her true appearance, Xanthi and the party spent a little bit of time coming to grips with what was going on with Xanthi, but then followed the old hag, old Mona Blackwood, deeper into the Glassvolk Marsh. She led them to a ring of moss-covered stone monoliths, shrouded in thick, swirling mists, and at the center, an altar where Desmond was instructed to place the cursed dagger. Upon seeing the blade, Desmond fought to resist the urge to wield it. Then the ceremony began, Mona chanting offensive words from some fell language, placing unholy artifacts about the altar, a cacophony of mournful cries emanating from the blade. Nori being able to decipher those as cries for mercy. Shadowy tendrils emanating forth like a tether connecting from the dagger to Desmond, clutching him in this ethereal grasp. Desmond was urgently instructed to spill his blood upon the blade, and he did. the blood sizzling upon the steel. And the swirling shadows at that point began to fade, the shackles of the cursed infestation that sought to corrupt Desmond, fading in their strength and ultimately releasing him from what we can only imagine would be a very dark fate. He had already stabbed his friend Nori during the heat of battle. But before the ceremony was completed, Desmond heard a familiar voice calling out, "Is that you, boy?" Old Mona quickly covered up the dagger and all went quiet. The ceremony was completed, and so too was your bargain with the old hag. Old Mona disappeared, kind of like Kaiser Sose, back into the marsh, while the four of you were left to find your way. Now the mists burned away with old Mona's departure, and you found yourselves journeying back to Nulb. You camped for a night. I believe your second night, maybe your third night, in the swamps of Glasvolk. But that day, traveling closer, you found a path. You found bridges traversing across pools, dark, murky pools. Of course, you recalled perhaps the tendrils of some creature having pulled the brigands that you killed into the waters to disappear in their depths. But you happened across also a gang of brigands who actually looked an awful lot like the men who ambushed you on your way out to find old Mona days before. Indeed, as the bandits approached, you now hidden from their view, you overheard them discussing their plans for an ambush. They looked like the ones that ambushed you. They sounded like the ones that ambushed you, and not just the ones that escaped, the ones that you fought, the ones that you killed. And as you watched them pass by, Lachlan began to consider an attack from your position. And that, my friends, is where we're going to jump back into the story. The four of you, five of you, I should say, because Spug Noir is with you, of course. Laying in wait, hiding, Lachlan. What would you like to do? I believe that you're muted.
Yeah. I did want to rattle their cage, but everybody else seems to not want me to rattle their cage.
Well, let's put it this way. You guys haven't in-game talked about it or anything. So whatever you think you're going to do, you're going to do.
Wait, so if these are the guys who died a couple days ago, does that mean it's the same day as we left?
I don't know. All I know is that if they're fixing to
Yeah.
ambush us, we should ambush them before they do so.
I'm going to say
Right.
this. As you guys are having this conversation, I do need you to roll stealth checks as you're trying. I'm assuming you're trying to whisper. I'm going to have you roll them with disadvantage because they're pretty close to you guys.
Oh, I thought they had already walked by us because we had made a hide check before. I will roll with advantage.
Can I roll with advantage too?
You can use
Oh, can
one
we
of your
still
advantage
do
points,
that?
but it will be a straight roll.
Straight roll.
Yeah, because I'm having you roll at disadvantage.
I'm gonna go for it.
With disadvantage?
Even worse. How's that possible?
I mean, the fate of the dice.
Seven.
Others, my friends?
With disadvantage, that would be 4.
Oh, So you're like, so
Yeah.
are those the guys?
I
Right.
have 4
Does
too.
this mean it's
Wait,
the same day?
Why did you roll
I
at
thought they
disadvantage?
died.
I thought he said disadvantage.
No, if he was
Yep.
saying because I called it out later. Anyways, I rolled a 2, so I got a total of 10. Because I'm a rogue.
Okay.
If I don't roll at disadvantage,
I swear we've played this before.
then it would be all of an 8.
Okay. All right. So it doesn't really change the outcome. Bleak, what did Lachlan get?
4.
Oh my God, you
Rolled a
guys.
2 down 1.
Because we're
Horrible.
talking.
Yep. Well,
I thought they were dead.
I was gonna ambush them.
who had the lowest roll? It was you rolled a what again? Total?
8.
I had a
An
4.
eight.
So it's
I had
probably
a 7. So
Four.
Oh.
It's Lachlan.
I rolled for my detection. I rolled a 4.
Lachlan,
for
you
them.
get advantage with your boots, you know.
Oh, so it would cancel my disadvantage.
Oh,
Reroll
okay,
it.
right.
Reroll it right now. Just a
So
straight
it's only
roll.
a one. You did. It was just a straight roll then. Never mind.
I want to have the
Well, the other
lowest
thing was like
roll.
an 11.
Should we
so-
start this? Should we start over, guys?
The
Can we
other
start
thing-
over? Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
I
we
don't-
roll
I don't
dice?
think
This is what
Sandy
happens when
would've
we take a week off.
talked.
Wait, what
It's much better. 15.
Father right there.
15.
Okay, so as you walk by, Xanthi's like, "Oh, are those the guys?" You're like, and one of them kind of in the back sort of like turns around and looks, kind of shakes their head, and one by one they start to cross over a bridge that's maybe about 20 feet away from you guys.
So I'm just gonna look at these guys. I'm gonna be like, damn it! I don't do anything.
All right.
If Xanthi has not turned from her gold form back into her Xanthi suit, she would like to try very hard to change back.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, do I need to roll something?
Yeah, charisma saving throw, please.
Come on. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's really good. Okay. Charisma saving throw. Ooh, yes. That is a 25.
Yeah, you're fine. You remain calm and you're able to concentrate as you change your form.
The gold melts away. Xanthi shrinks down a little bit shorter. A little, and her cheeks fill out and become cute and chubby again. And her hair turns red. And the only thing that it stays the same are her bright gold eyes.
All right.
Good
So
work.
the brigands that you avoided engaging with disappear to the north as they head off along the trail. And the 5 of you are left along the side of the path.
Well, all right, I saw that guy die. One of them,
I
I
think
know
we
I
should-
definitely killed him.
We should go get them. They're probably like undead or something now. Ready to wreak havoc on Nob when they return. Let's just go
But
get them.
if we get back to Nob first, we can take the boat.
Why would we be
Same
able to
day.
take the boat? The boat has sailed away. They were sailing away like not long after we left the town.
It was like 3 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, boat's gone.
Is it? Because it seems like it's the same day.
I don't know. They're a bunch of brigands. There's just what are
Yeah,
you
but
talking
it's-
about? The same day?
Those are the same ones.
Are we
Yeah,
sure
no-
it was the exact same guys?
Yeah, we totally killed a couple of those guys.
We killed like
Maybe
half
they
of
have-
them.
Yeah.
You know,
we rolled
nothing
them
looks
into the
like a
marsh.
thug more than another thug. You know.
Hmm.
What you're saying? We went back in time?
I think we
Well,
did.
I mean, haven't you ever heard stories about, like, time getting all weird?
No.
Yeah, so apparently time can get all weird.
My uncle has said a couple of times he's time traveled, but that's usually after he's tripped and fallen when he's been sleepwalking. So I just never believed it.
All right, this is too much. Let's get out of here before they turn around and come back. Let's go to town.
But
See what's what.
Xanthi
Didn't travel back in time, right? We didn't travel back in time.
But why are we going back
find
to town?
out.
If people knew how to travel back in time, they'd be traveling back in time all the fucking time.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so we go back to town, and if the boat is still there, we know that we've traveled back in time.
And we know that we just dreamt everything that just happened to us in here.
How about this? Did your beards grow?
No, did your mustache grow? Did my beard grow?
Isn't that what happens in the stories? That's how you can tell that you've time traveled? That your beards grew?
In 3 days, can't tell the difference.
You're quite hairy, Lachlan. I would assume you'd be able to tell the difference.
We didn't travel back in time, but let's travel back to town, okay?
I liked your other idea of killing those guys.
Well, I liked it too, but
Well, I mean, we did kill like half of them. So theoretically, if we waited here, the ones that survived and escaped earlier could come running back up the trail, right?
But who's gonna kill him this time? Wait,
I leave.
Come on,
Wait,
Stuff.
which way are you going?
Towards the river so that we can find our way back to town.
Yeah, let's go back to town.
Travel back in time. Great.
You know, I don't think I've ever had a haircut. That makes a lot of sense now.
I do haircuts, Xanthi. I can do that for you later.
No, but so
Don't
that's a good question actually, because I can understand that maybe this look of yours never had a haircut, but the other version of you should have long ass hair, right? Like
It should just keep
theoretically,
growing, right?
I mean, you could make it look any way you want.
yeah, but before the real Xanthi underneath all of this, that person exists, right? This is just an illusion what we're seeing here, right? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Well, if it was an illusion, you would feel different,
Right.
right? Like I go up and I squeeze if I can reach, squeeze your cheeks together, like this, like
Okay, good.
Which
Hard choice.
oh,
Not that kind of stream.
I
don't
mean,
think you
I've
can
been
reach
looking
that
at
high.
you, but
I
like,
Who
would
knows,
this
next
feel
is
like
the hot tub.
not that gaunt is a bad word, but you know, your original face is a lot skinnier. Like,
does it feel chubby?
right. I mean, if it was an illusion, it would look and feel different, right?
Would it?
yeah, it would.
know.
You'd be able
Yeah,
to
that's
just
how it
brush your
works.
hand right through it if it's an
Did
illusion.
you just slap Xanthi in the face?
No, no. I would never slap Xanthi in the face.
Bug, you're the eminent arcane mind here. Explain this to us.
So, illusions are a way of manipulating the way people perceive things, not actually manipulating the thing itself. So, ergo, I could slap Xanthi. So it's not an illusion. Sorry. Proves my point, I think.
Yeah, and like, and she kind of lifts up part of her hair. Like, this is something, but I don't think I would like it to be cut. Right?
I mean, if we shaved it off,
Yeah, if we shaved off part of my hair, would that like just be excess Xanthi? Would
You know,
it?
when we woke up this morning, we were
We're walking and
almost
talking, right?
irretrievably lost in the swamp, and it
Just
was a
getting
lot less confusing than what's going on right now.
it's true. I also heard that when you die, your fingernails still grow, and that's creepy.
That's so that you can dig your way out.
well, maybe we cut your hair later, but keep it in a bag. I mean, we'll do a couple little tiny snips, and if it hurts, then obviously we don't continue. But we keep your hair in a bag, and if you need
Maybe
it, we'll
like
just
a
jam it
baby-
into your back when you change again.
Yeah, maybe we try a tiny bit and see like what happens. But I suspect if like I change and it turns into other things, then I shouldn't be getting a haircut.
Well, couldn't you just try to have longer hair and then that way you know?
Oh,
Let's
I
try
try
that.
to have longer hair? I'll try.
Wait,
Dave,
before-
I don't know that it works this way.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
But she doesn't know that.
no, she doesn't know that. So she'll just like try.
I think is it
Is
working?
it working?
Slow growth, maybe?
Hmm.
Do we have a way to measure? Look, bigger question than Xanthi's hairstyle, okay? A couple of things. A, who sent those guys out here to kill us? Okay.
Oh, that's smart.
That's the
We should think
immediate
about that.
question. And then just sort of a longer term sort of question that Spug has, because now I'm talking about myself in the third person, because I thought that'd be kind of cool. Spug is wondering, what is a changeling, and why are people trying to hunt you down? And I don't know how we figure that out, but there's got to be somebody who knows more about what you are. Maybe Lulu.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you think she knew?
Well, who put the bracelet on you in the first place?
I don't actually know. Because I've always remembered having it. I mean, Lulu would scold me if I was messing with it too much, but like I don't remember her giving it to me. She must have known what it did, or that it did something.
I'm going to say that A, we would have answered your question if we'd have jumped those guys. And B,
We
I
know
don't
the
think
lesson.
we're gonna find an answer to that question in a backwater place like no.
When we fought them before, they were like, "Stop asking so many questions."
Mm-hmm.
True.
Right.
You know, maybe
So they're-
we didn't fight them before. It's not the same guys.
totally
it's
the same
impossible.
guys.
I think they're undead, you guys.
No,
Oh, good lord.
I think it's
Well,
the same
we'll know
guys.
for sure if they come back to town and try to eat everyone's brains.
Oh, it could be that they ran back, got their friends, and then ran.
They're identical friends.
But
They're
why would
twins.
Hmm.
It's an entire town and gang of twins.
How did you look at them so closely? I was so busy just trying to live and not.
Well, you
Well-
see somebody's corpse get like rolled into a swamp by some tentacles, and it kind of sticks with you.
Yeah, I've never had to like push a corpse into the swamp before.
I mean, I watched that one run away because I really wanted to, shoot some stuff at it, but you wanted to let it go, Lachlan. So I was watching that one for sure. He was for sure in that group. I think. Are you sure we can't go kill them?
Well, it's too late now.
Well, if we wait on the outside of the swamp, then, like, in theory, the guys who got away would run right towards us.
I mean, this thing does happen sometimes. I mean, we were out there in the swamp. We got lost. We've been gone for, we think, days. And then we were with this old Mona Blackwood who, guys, I think she was a hag.
Maybe we just dreamt her.
And Lachlan, didn't you say that she was like, you got some fae sort of vibes? Some fae vibes?
At this point, I don't know what I got. Like, it's just really kind of this big jumble of between Xanthi and those guys and the swamp and the hag and
Sorry, Lachlan.
don't apologize. It's not your fault. I'm just saying that there's a lot of weird stuff that happened in a very short span of time, and I don't know. We don't have answers right now to any of them. So, I don't know that idle speculation really sort of helps us. Let's get out of here. We know one thing for sure. We know we want to get Chiral. We know how to get there and get a boat. So let's get out of here. Let's get on the boat. You can cut Xanthi's hair if you want. Whatever. Once we're on the boat, we can sit back but right here, right now, if we get lost again, if those guys come back, if fucking whatever, another bunch of them reappears, or the hag decides she wants,
Well,
just
we
get
know
out of
this-
here.
We know this trail goes back to Null, right?
Yeah. Do you trust us?
Presumably.
We'll just stay on the trail.
We're not stopping at the leech guy's place. We're not gonna stick around there.
Yeah, I don't think I need any more leeches.
Well, that sucks.
He
You
was
really
really
want to
nice.
stop?
He was a kind of a
Let's go.
sweet old guy.
He was kind of creepy. I was always afraid he was gonna pass out. It's happened. You
Well-
gotta be so ready. Like you don't want him to fall on the ground and hit his head. I would always be on guard around him.
Always ready to catch him when he falls.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Arms out. Oh, we'll think. What is
what,
she
what,
trying
what
to catch?
do you think the deal is with the dog that was inside barking all the time? That's what I'm curious about, that dog. There's something weird going on. I mean, should we investigate?
Something
No.
additionally weird going on.
Well, I think I think
That's-
Lachlan's right. I think we just need to get to that boat as soon as possible. Right?
Right. It's a
Yeah.
good plan. And now you're not going to stab anybody like
Mm-hmm.
that you don't want to stab. So that's great, guys.
I
That-
consider
that-
that a win.
That's in the plus column for sure.
Yeah, you
I
must
agree.
feel
You-
pretty
you-
good,
you
Des,
miss
with
it?
that. Yeah?
You miss it?
Hmm.
Be honest.
I
Maybe
mean, I
just a
have
little
this
bit.
other dagger that we picked up in that same place.
No,
Oh,
no.
Throw it in the
no.
marsh. Get rid of that
Gotta-
thing.
You got another one. It was really handy in a fight, I'm not gonna lie.
And sharp.
It was-
I don't know.
Throw
Not
it away.
really.
Throw it away.
Nori, do you still have the when Desmond like attacked you like a vicious animal?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have the
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a bit of a scar there. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
It doesn't. I don't quite feel like I can. I know you were under some kind of influence, but I don't feel like it's working right yet. Don't feel bad though, Des. Don't feel bad.
Do you want me to try to heal you?
Feel kind of bad. I didn't mean to do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I know.
Does anyone else need any healing as well?
I just haven't really had an opportunity to get a full night's sleep, so I'm still injured. I don't know if this will ever go away. That was a weird dagger, but I would take some if you were offering.
All right. Then just healing for one.
Did we get a long rest after Mona?
That was a short
We
one.
haven't rested
Mm-mm,
since, right?
not
a
It was
long
very
rest.
short.
Sleep.
Okay.
Yep.
I've used all my hit die to bring myself up to a crappy number.
Cure wounds on you for 12 healing. That was a really good
Oh
one.
my goodness, I feel so much better. Is that scar still there from Dez's dagger?
Yeah, you take a look, it's still there.
Hmm.
It seems like one of those scars that
Weird.
might never go away.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, young man, you set out to leave your mark upon the world, and if you don't do that, at least you left your mark upon Bibbles.
It looks pretty badass though.
It does, doesn't it? Don't you think? Maybe I get a tattoo that makes it look even bigger.
I
Turn
feel
it
like
into a lightning bolt.
Hey,
I
can
did
get
see a
behind that.
tattoo place in Nulb. I mean, we could stop.
No.
We could get
We're not
tattoos.
stopping.
Well, if the boat isn't there.
Normally I'd say yes, but I mean, isn't there a rash going around? I don't know that tattoo
Oh.
parlor is the best place to avoid rashes.
Yeah.
I'm
What
sure
I've
it's
heard.
sanitary.
Really, Spug?
I don't know. I've never had a tattoo.
You should consider it, Spug.
I've always wanted one. What
Well,
would I
maybe next
get?
time we're in a-
Huh?
Yep.
I don't even know what I
Next
would
time we're in a
get.
clean town.
Well, you
next time
think
we're gonna
about
take
that because we've got some time as we walk back.
I'm gonna save my silver and get something special. Maybe I'll get our party name on once we come up with it. Of course, we don't have one yet, but
Right.
the Golden Gang.
What about the time
The
travelers?
Golden Guard. The time travelers.
The Golden Gals.
The Golden Gals.
Trademarked. All right, so you guys are walking and talking, having some very deep conversations and figuring some shit out, showing off scars and talking about tattoos, the whole works. It's epic. It's an epic scene of you guys traversing the Glassfolk Marsh. Never even paying a second thought to the thugs that were set out to kill you, that are now roaming somewhere. You find yourselves...
Very normal for people to want to kill us.
Well, that's true. You guys find yourself back in Nulb, walking up to... It sounds like you guys wanted to stop and see Hud at the Leech Collector's hut. Is that right?
No.
All right, so you guys are going to pass on by Hud's. You can see a wisp of smoke coming out. It appears, now that you're kind of coming out of the marsh and you can see the town up ahead, like maybe early morning based on where the sun is, which absolutely doesn't make any sense. Nevertheless, you find yourselves walking into town. You're back on the main road.
Did we want to go into town? Somebody paid those guys to come kill us.
Go straight
Probably
to the
from
dock.
town.
Shit, we're already here.
We're just gonna go, we're just gonna pop right over to the docks, and then if the boat isn't there, then we leave.
Where are we going
Should
to
we
go?
all go?
Because
I mean,
we would all
we
get
have to
on
get
the
on the
boats.
boat, right?
I guess, but okay. Yes, you're right.
They'll just be happy to see us leave.
I'm worried about us being recognized. I forgot.
They're not gonna not recognize us, but yeah.
Desmond, can't you disguise us, or yourself at least?
I can disguise myself, but
Well,
I
you're the
can't
one that was asking
disguise
all the
rest of you.
questions.
That's true. Should I disguise myself?
I don't know, can you?
They're gonna be like, look, it's those 4 people with some different guy.
Some other dude.
Yeah, I don't
They're
know.
just gonna be happy to see us leave. Let's just get on that boat.
Let's just go
What if
straight
there's
to the boat.
What if there's a
sit
huge
down.
fight at the docks with all those big tough guys? We got to be careful. I mean, we got to get tattoos.
I don't think they'll want to do anything right here in town, right?
Keep telling
Probably not.
yourself that.
Oh, that was creepy, Nori. But point taken. I'm getting a tattoo. Let's go.
Right.
Docks?
Docks.
We
Docks.
go to the docks.
Quickly.
Okay.
Go to the docks.
Lori's gonna mess up her crazy eyebrows as her disguise. They were really long and now they're like this. How about this?
Amazing.
Can't
Recognize
do
me?
those things.
You look like Lachlan hit you with his lightning.
Oh, yeah.
I would never do that though, unless you came at me with that sword.
Well, or if you had that dagger. Friendly fire, you know. Oh. Don't need another one of
You
these.
don't need to bring back that dagger.
My friends, you make your way into town, past old Carson. You can see Carson the fishmonger sitting on a bucket. He's shucking clams and he's gutting fish, and he's got his bucket of silverjacks, and you can see he's got like a little crew of kids kind of on their knees sitting around him, and they're listening to him as he's talking, but you can't quite overhear what he's saying. It's in a low hushed tone. He doesn't even really notice you guys, or at least he doesn't let on that he sees you. But as you guys know, he keeps an eye on everything. You make your way to the docks area, and you can see that there is the hustle and bustle of a morning commerce taking place at the docks. You can see the heavies that are standing about at various locations. There's 2 of them stationed at the little office building where Mr. McKinty is sitting in a chair in front of a table, and he looks to be doing his thing with sort of like directing sort of the workers and send them off to various locations. You can see the one guy, Mitch, who put Xanthi and Desmond to work only, you're not even sure how many days previous now. It's so confusing to understand. And as you look about, you see Lucille and her 2 dwarven crew members that are still appear to be loading things and getting ready to depart.
I told you. Like, we went back in time.
We're still here. We should go talk to them, see if they've ever talked to us before.
Should
Okay.
we lead with that though?
I'm just walking, going up the plank. Captain,
We'll run over.
Well, looky here. Now, I thought you said that you weren't going to be interested in going. Did you change your mind, honey?
We changed our mind. We would like to leave. We're
Have you
willing
been here all
to
this
pay
time?
you.
Well, we're just getting ready to go. You had come down earlier, told us you wanted to go, then you didn't want to go. You hemmed and hawed about, you had a little talk with yourselves, and then you tried to convince me to sandbag my operation, possibly getting myself into hot water with McKinty and Tolleb and the rest of them to hold off on leaving for you. And then it looks like you came back only, I don't know, but it's only been, one pipe's worth of smoke since.
yeah, well, it's been, the 3 longest day of a pipe's worth of smoke. Yeah, we're ready to go. How much for the 5 of us?
Well, it's still 20 gold for the lot of you, but there's quite a bit less room. You're going to have to squeeze in amongst the cargo.
Can I
Perfect.
work a bit some for my... I'm
Well, I expect you all to be helping out while we're...
knowledgeable of boats. I can be of good help.
Yeah, we'll put you to work. It's still going to cost you 20 gold.
Yeah, well, okay.
All right, I
All
got
right.
it. Xanthi will reach into the bag of holding and say 20 gold and pull out exactly 20 gold and hand it to her.
Perfect, thank you. She looks at it, counts it up, and she puts it into a pouch that she stuffs back into her cloak around her belt. Pats it. All right, well, we're just getting ready to go. We've got a couple more boxes over there, honey, if you want to grab those and load them in here. Merle and Earl will help you out, boys. You look over and you can see these 2. I don't know if you had seen these guys before when you were here, only minutes earlier, but she has what appear to be a set of twins working for her, twin dwarves, one of them named Merle and one of them named Earl. And they look to be capable riverboat men. And they just kind of nod at you. They're not too talkative. Howdy. And they go over and start lifting boxes, and they're getting the last of the gear on board.
I'm going to make myself useful.
Okay.
Yeah, Des will help out.
Xanthi will grab some boxes.
Nori's gonna just stand there.
Same with Spug. Hey Nori, check it out. See that over there? That's the tattoo place. Definitely got to hit it up when we come back to town.
Yeah. I like that idea. Maybe the rash will have gone away by then. The wave of rash is here. I'm, sanitarily minded.
As you say that, Lucille is like, now y'all aren't bringing the rash aboard. I ain't taking no plague rats aboard.
No.
No, we are very clean. In fact, Xanthi will run her hand over something like a dirty bale and prestidigitation it clean.
Well,
I'm
my.
squeaky clean.
That is quite the trick. Just make sure your friends stay clean too, okay?
The cleanest.
Nori's making a point to study the appearance of Mr. McKinty. Every little detail.
About
Put into a memory
McKinty?
bank. Yeah.
All right, roll an intelligence check.
For use of possible illusions later. Intelligence check. 20, dirty.
Whoa, very nice. Okay, yeah, you're doing a quick study of this guy from a distance.
From a distance.
Yeah.
God is watching us.
Unless you want to go talk to him, get up closer and go spend a
God,
little
no.
time chit-chatting.
No.
The old man
Nori's not going to
McKinty.
mess with Mr. McKinty.
Okay. All right. So you gather up the remaining cargo, and you place it aboard this barge. It's about a 15-foot wide barge, 20 feet long. You definitely get the vibe that this is not something you'd sleep on. So you're likely to be stopping along the way. It is, as you guys already know, about a 3-day journey. If things go according to plan, hey, thanks for the raid, you guys. Thanks to Blue Box RPG for coming on over. We appreciate you guys very much. We'll give these folks a shout out. If I can remember how to do that. Thanks a lot, you guys, for coming over.
Thanks, gang. Thanks, Blue Gang.
There we go. Thank you. All right. So yeah, you load up. You get on this barge, Lucille giving orders to Merle and Earl as they shove off from the dock and begin to make their way upriver. Now they are poling. So there's both Merle and Earl have poles, and you can see Lucille is out on the front of the barge, kind of kneeling up on top of a box, a crate, and she's sort of spotting. And she also has a pole that she's using to sort of push from the front end to kind of steer a little bit as the guys are pushing. Lachlan, if you want, you can help as well. Depends on how you want to assist. Spug Noir just kind of sits down in the middle of the barge and hangs out.
I'll help in whatever way I can. I actually know how to do this. So,
all right. It's fairly easy going for the better part of the first day. The weather is good. You find that there is a current that you're pushing against to go upstream towards Twilight Falls, but it's not so strong that it makes travel difficult. The two dwarves, the deckhands, don't seem to be too talkative. They don't really say a whole lot. They don't strike up any conversation, but Lucille is pretty talkative, even though she's very focused on the river. You get the sense that she's traveled this section of river many times, very knowledgeable of it. While this is happening and Lachlan is helping, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, a long time ago, when Des was in Hamlet, he bought some fishing tackle. So he finally has a chance
Nice.
to use his fishing
Some
tackle.
trolling.
Yeah. So he's going to drop a line and see if he can catch a little something.
Okay. I like it.
not the rash, though. Don't catch the rash.
Give me a, hey, GDTRFB 1995. Great to see you guys. Give me a survival check, Des, for your fishing check. How about you, Nori? What are you doing while this day of travel is happening on the river?
That's pretty bad. A 6.
Yeah, you're not catching much.
If Xanthi's sitting around, Nori would come over, sit down next to her, and say, "So I have a plan to help you work that muscle a little more. You
So
know,
I can change.
Yeah. So I am studying real people, and I'm gonna show you, like an illusion, and you can try to be that person as long as you can.
Okay, but I don't think we should do that around
No.
strangers.
No, not here, not at all. But
Okay.
that's my plan. What do you later? What do you think of that? Do you want me to gather as
That's
many?
great. That sounds like a lot of fun. Like I could see if I could look like them.
Yeah, and maybe this seems kind of dangerous, but maybe we can see if you can fool people that know them. You know, like not on the boat, maybe not in Nulb, but like
Well-
that would be maybe a stretch goal, if you will.
Well, what do you think
know?
if sometime like you and I left camp and then you hid behind a tree and I came back as you and see if people notice?
That sounds like the best plan I've ever heard. Let's
Okay.
definitely do that. Or we could also do that with the other two. I know Lachlan said don't do it, but I think
Well,
you
Lachlan
might-
said don't do him.
don't do him.
So he doesn't want me to take his shape.
Well, we'll work on him a little bit, but maybe, we could distract Dez and bring him out, and then you could come back as Dez, and we could do the same with Lachlan. Like they
Okay.
might catch on at some point, but they might not.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, good. That's what we're gonna do then. I mean, I don't have to practice their elude because you can just look at them. But like other people, I'll get a nice list in my head of different things you can try. That will be our first step. I think that will help.
Yeah, like get a menagerie of people that I can try to be.
Yeah. I think I've already pretty well got Mr. McKinty. That could be really fun when we get back to Nulb. And dangerous,
Could
but
be
also
useful.
fun.
You know, like if I looked like McKinty, then we could go break into his office, and then if somebody came, it'd be like, "No, I'm McKinty," right?
That might be a great one to practice a lot when we're not amongst others, not
yeah,
at first.
because I think that if I, showed who I am around these people, they might get really scared.
I mean, Mona did say that you were hunted, right? Your kind was hunted? I mean, that's what I think she told me and Lachlan, mostly Lachlan, but
That's what I heard from Lachlan. But like I honestly don't know. Like I've never seen anybody who is gold, and I've never heard about anyone who is gold.
me neither. But maybe it's because they're a more practiced changer. They didn't.
I suppose if they were really good, you would never know.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't think you would know, unless there's some kind of telltale sign that we don't know about yet.
Be anyone.
Well, like these. She points to the still bright yellow eyes. Like I guess that is pretty obvious that I'm something weird. But
Well, sometimes people have had coverings on their eyes too, so maybe they're. I don't know. That is a good indicator, though, I guess.
yeah.
Did Lulu have golden eyes?
No. She had brown eyes.
Interesting.
I mean, she looked totally normal, and I never saw her do magic, and I never saw her change into anything. I wish I could send her a message, but I don't have any ability to do that. Like, she was far too far away.
Can you write her a letter and tell her you'll be at a specific spot?
Well, I actually have a letter for her, but I haven't found anywhere to mail it.
Maybe at Twin Falls?
We'll definitely have to look and see. Maybe there's like a Pony Express or like owls that will take messages.
Ooh,
Or if
owls?
you're able.
Yeah, I heard, like some people train owls.
Who?
Exactly.
Lachlan, you hear an owl. You look around and it's Nori.
That owl bear had come back.
Desmond, while
Be
you're attempting to fish, you look over and you're sort of a little maybe perplexed on why you're not catching any fish, but old Merle, who's using a pole right next to you to push, he kind of looks over and says, "You got to put bait on that hook there. It'll help a lot. Just putting out a hook is not really gonna do it. Just a little tip.
Oh, I haven't done this in a long time.
A worm or piece of ham."
Do you have any bait by any chance?
No, but I bet when we camp, you might be able to dig up some grubs or something.
Right.
Give it a try.
Are
So
you thinking about where you're gonna get bait? Yeah,
there's no bait shops.
there was like a pause. There. I'm like, He's
See, you
either
guys should have
thinking
stopped. By,
or
you should have
he's
stopped by
falling asleep.
the leech collector's
Right.
place.
It would have come in handy.
Mm-hmm. Leeches.
Xanthi still have those pocket leeches?
Nope, she gave them all to the herbalist.
Just for breakfast anymore.
We'll probably have like some in the packs, like some food or something.
Check your boots, Lachlan.
That's right. Last time you were just covered in leeches.
There might be still a couple rogue leeches in there.
I don't say anything, Dave, but I kind of move my toes around and try to feel in case there is.
Where do you
Which there
feel?
shouldn't be.
Do you feel anything in there? There's some gravel, like there's some rocks definitely in your boots. Your feet are a little wet, maybe from sweating, but you don't feel anything.
Damn it, I take off my boots and I check.
Big leech.
Ah.
I got it. I got it.
Swollen. Swollen.
Oh, could I have that? Are you using that?
What are you doing?
I was gonna
Nori,
take
you
it
That
gonna
it's
pull it off?
mostly his blood.
I was gonna
Nori,
pull it off.
When
for
you
him.
grab it and pull on it, it's like pulling his skin. Like it's
Nope, you gotta put salt on it. There's salt in the pack there. Put some salt on it. It'll come right off.
yeah. You don't want to just tear it loose, says Merle.
Okay.
Otherwise, them mouth parts will be stuck inside his foot for forever.
Yeah, don't leave the
Hey.
mouth parts inside anything. Just put some salt on it.
Sprinkle the salt. I have some in my own pack that I stole from somewhere.
Yeah. It eventually just detaches itself as it's squirming in your hand.
Ugh.
See, I got the mouth parts.
Lock, and you have like a red sore on your big toe.
I have healing, so I'm just gonna clean it up and put a little bandage on it so it doesn't get blow.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough to
Here you
do.
go, Des. Courtesy of Lachlan's foot.
Thanks.
Probably
Hey.
give myself a bit of a toenail trim while I'm at it.
All right.
This oughta-
Give us
this oughta
give us
catch
a
a good one,
performance check. Let's see how well you perform. All right, so you're gonna put the leech on the hook, Des. Let's give you another
Mhm.
chance to catch a fish.
So remember, if you eat a fish that ate that thing, it's got my blood in it.
Yep, foot
I'm rolling
blood.
all twos tonight.
Oh,
That's even worse than last time.
okay. So you
Four.
throw the line out, and the guys are pulling. The boat's moving upstream, and you get something. You got something. The tip of the rod bends. You got a snag, boy.
What do I do? What do I do?
It's gonna break.
I've never fished from a boat before.
Cut the line.
Give it a good tug.
Throw it in the water.
I'm gonna try to give
All
it
of
a
it.
tug.
You give it a tug and it comes loose. And you bring the line in. There's no hook. There's no leech and there's no hook. It's snapped.
Damn.
We just started a fishing simulator here in Greyhawk. All
Such
right.
a silly boy, Des.
Desmond, you lose your hook and you lose the leech. The leech lives
Does
to feast another day on some other unsuspecting dwarf's toe.
I'll just go sit down and look defeated.
Maybe we'll do a one shot that's based on the leech.
You're all leeches. You're surviving in
It's all
It's all
Greyhawk.
leeches.
One of
Yeah,
you
like-
has dwarven blood in you.
We have one hit
You're
point.
special.
So, my friends,
Leech on a leech.
the day is long and difficult. And you pull your way up the river, eventually coming to what appears to be a fairly nice landing. There's a beached area where it looks like perhaps people have camped before. Indeed, there's a fire ring and a spot to put up tents, should you have tents.
We don't have tents, you know it. Stop fucking turning that knife in the wound. We
I
don't
know
have
the
tents.
sun begins to go down below, sinking in the horizon, and the shadows grow long. You can hear sort of the sounds of the gnarly forest coming to life around you. As you settle in, the two dwarven crew members are quick to beach the barge, to throw an anchor out, tie down the barge, to pull out their sleeping pads and some cooking utensils, and they get a little fire started. They've got a little pot that they're boiling water, and it looks like they've got some potatoes and some other vegetables. And Merle elbows you, Des, and says, I'm going to show you a few things about fishing.
Yeah, if you could.
All right. Let's go down. Let's go down a little ways. Follow me. I got a hook for you.
Catch us some fish, Des.
Merle kind of takes you under his wing a little bit. You know, he kind of gives you sort of the fatherly treatment, even though, you know, you're an elderly fella, but he's sort of like making sure you don't slip on the rocks and stuff, you know. Easy now, easy. Here we go.
Old timer.
And between the two of you, mostly him though, you catch a couple of fish, and he's showing you a little bit about how to do it. So I don't think do you have a skill proficiency or, a tool proficiency with angling?
No.
Okay. So make
I
one,
mean, like in survival or something.
make one hash mark because you can build up to a proficiency with tools, kind of like how Xanthi is doing it with, artisans tools, right? So keep track of that. And you can build up a proficiency, in which case, once you have proficiency, you can use your proficiency bonus when you roll. All right, so you guys make camp and you settle in. Earl cooks up the fish. Seems like Merle's the guy who catches them and Earl's the guy who cooks them. It's all good. And you settle in, and Lucille is pretty quiet. She's just kind of sits back with her boots off and has her back propped up against her bedroll, and she's smoking a pipe, blowing big smoke rings into the air as they drift off, as the seven of you make camp. She says, these parts are fairly safe, I guess. So, but we still do like to set up a watch. So if y'all are going to be pulling your weight around here for the next couple of days till we get to Twilight Falls, it sure would be good if perhaps you'd help out with the watches. Sound good to you, Sugar?
That would be good with us.
All right, then. Great. I'll take the first watch with that dwarven fella.
Go on, there's three of us.
The new one.
That's fine by me.
Okay, I'm really tired. I've used all my juice. Xanthi will go and lay out her blanket next to the fire.
All right, so you get settled in, and Lachlan, you and Lucille stay up to sort of keep the fire going, keep an eye on things. You know, it feels good to be by the water again. You know, you've put in a really solid day of work, so you're a bit tired, but it gives you a chance to kind of reflect on the day's work and the day's journey. Lucille, again, is not extremely talkative unless you engage in conversation with her, but she asks you a little bit about where you picked up your skills, perhaps. Maybe applies a little bit into your background, trying to get a feel for where you learned some of the skills that you were demonstrating.
Yeah, I'll tell her a little bit about that. I'll try to roundabout, sort of subtly inquire about, you know, what sort of shady business goes on back there, and it seemed like, you know, there was a lot of unsavory activity going on, and, you know, is this a place that we should avoid returning to? Kind of pitch it like that, like we were kind of surprised about all the criminality that was going on. I mean, you know, Rash aside, and just sort of trying to get like that. I'm just gonna try to see, one, if she's like totally in with those guys or not, you know, and two, just kind of pick up some info. Mostly want to see if she's really in with them, i.e. if we can pump her for more information or if we have to be careful.
Okay. Yeah, she give me I'm guessing you're going to kind of try to use persuasion to perhaps get a little information out of her. She, as you're asking her some of these questions or building up to that conversation, she pulls out a small flask and takes a pull off of it and hands it over to you. Don't hit it too hard, Sugar. It's pretty strong stuff.
I'll take it, and I don't really drink, so I'll make like I'm taking a swig just to be,
Polite.
sociable, and
Yeah.
I will pull out my tobacco and offer her some if she wants some, and stuff my own pipe.
Yeah. She takes some gladly. Well, thank you. Very kind of you. So you picked up some skills along the coastline then?
Oh yeah, I signed up for a while as a blacksmith working on a ship. Got to make a couple of voyages. Got to learn a lot. It was a very different lifestyle, of course, than living in a mountain. But the open sky, the smell of the brine, the breeze, the sun on your face. It's hard to beat now. We're mostly, lost in swamps and stuff. But certainly miss that sense of freedom from being on a ship.
You're a long way from the wild coast, Sugar. How'd you make it all the way up here? And how'd you end up with this group?
Short, stubby legs. I was making a trip back to my family home, and I ran into a traveling scholar named Norb, and he was traveling around. I guess he was writing some sort of he called it a thesis, thesis or something like that. Some sort of work he was working on like peoples in the area. And
sounds important.
Well, academic stuff, I guess. And while we
Is he still working on it then?
No. He's gone on to different pastures. But we met Xanthi and Dez along the way, and sort of became friends. And well, then we met Nori. She's kind of tagging along, and it's all right. She's good.
Yeah, it's good when you find a crew that you can depend on. Or Merle and Earl here, much like yourself, they seem to be at ease on the water. A lot of people think dwarves don't take kindly to water, but as far as I can tell, there's more water dwarves here than there are others.
Well, most dwarves don't. If you'd have taken my dad and thrown him in the water, he would have sunk like he was, an anvil tied to another anvil. But I guess this goes to show,
I guess
read
so.
a book by its cover. What was that they say?
I don't know. I don't read much.
Me either, interestingly enough. How did you get into this sailing life?
Oh, well, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot going on around here after that battle out west, that whole Emerity Meadows thing, and seemed like Null was a good place to settle in and find some work. There was a lot of shipping traffic coming in from Verbo and, well, down the Emeritus Run, and I needed work, and I'd been on some smaller vessels, nothing like what you're talking about out on the ocean or nothing, but spent some time on the river, and well, I kind of just talked my way into it. I won this here barge in a game of dice, and well, Merle and Earl wanted to help me out. They've been with me ever since. They're good folk. They don't say much, but they're good and they're loyal, and we don't ask too many questions. We just kind of do the work that needs to be done, moving things from point A to point B.
I was just gonna say the sort of shady nature of coffee. The shady nature of
thank you.
The business that goes down in Null, that didn't give you pause.
What do you mean by that?
Well, McKinty and his gang. They look pretty louche to me.
McKinty. He's just another cog in the machine. And
Is there a greater thing going on? Is there a greater sort of organization?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody's working for Talib. He kind of runs the show up and down the river. I mean, like I said, we don't ask too many questions. We don't really put up much of a fuss, but The pay is good. It's consistent. We take things from Nulb up to Twilight Falls, offload them there. And we got a fellow up there that we meet. Well, you'll meet him, Gromlin. And he takes them to wherever they need to go next. And that's about it. We come back here. McKinty pays us.
What kind of stuff you ship usually?
I never look. I'm paid to move it, not to inspect it. You know what I mean?
Never curious?
Yeah, maybe every once in a while.
What's stopping you? The fear that they'll find out, or the fear that once you know what's going on, you won't be so willing to partake in it?
I mean, I can't imagine it's anything too nefarious. These are just items going from one place to another. I guess never thought too much about it, but you know, Nulb's been decent to me. It's a rough place, sure. And you get your fair share of roughnecks and thugs. But, you know, when you work for Talib and you do good work and you don't nose around too much, well, it's kind of like being part of a family. Sometimes with your family, you don't want to ask too many questions neither.
Well, it was more difficult when it's family. I had one of my uncles, my mother's brother, who was into shadier things, and it led to some trouble with my father and my particular family. It's why we ended up leaving where we were originally, moving to the coast.
A little bit of a rift amongst brothers.
You could say that. Keep thinking about this friend of mine. Friend of mine recently discovered something about themselves, something that had been hidden from them all their life, and they've just been going on doing what they thought, you know, they should be doing, what they want to do, etc., etc. And then suddenly, really without much of a warning or without much of a going to look for it, they discovered something about themselves that really, really changed everything about their life. And suddenly they realized that their life not only was not what they thought it was, but that it was potentially more dangerous, potentially more difficult, and where there was perhaps sort of one big mystery before, now suddenly there were dozens of them just sort of popping up everywhere. And well, I guess what I want to say with that is sometimes the longer you wait to find out what's really going on inside, the harder it can be when it comes out. And I think my friend's lucky because she has friends that will care about them and will help. But, you know, those are hard to come by. So you got to do what you got to do. Understand you got to, you know, pay the rent. You got to get some bread. It's cool. You got that. Just be careful, because the longer something festers, the uglier it gets. Make sure that people you have around you are real friends and not just, you know, fair weather friends.
Now, for a second there, I thought maybe you were talking about that rash that's been running rampant in Null, but I do catch your drift. I mean, look here. See this right here? And she pats one of the crates. See this mark right here? And you look close and you can see that there appears to be the outline of a small hand that seems to be branded all black on the corner of one of the crates. You see one of those on a crate, you just let it be, and you just do your part to get it from point A to point B. Anything doesn't have that on it, well, that's just fair game then.
Look at the mark closely, just make sure that I know what it looks like. It's an interesting choice. A black hand.
Yeah, well, just us and the night air tonight. What do you say? Another pull? She hands you the little flask again.
I'll wet my lips again.
Give me a perception check.
Can I use my passive?
I probably could have just used your passive.
That's fine. It's 22, so it's better
Okay.
than my passive.
You notice that before she hands it to you, she takes a little bit longer pull than she did before. And she hands it to you, and then she takes it back after you wet your lips. And she just packs another pipe and says nothing else as you sit there unless you engage in conversation.
No, I think I've pushed as far as I can. I'm going to get out my little drawing kit that I have, and I'm working on my little fireplace thing. I'm going to work on that, but I'm going to kind of draw that little black hand also symbol that I saw in it somewhere, like not too conspicuous, you know.
Sure. And on the actual crates themselves, it unless she pointed it out, it would have been hard for you to even notice it was there.
I'll make a little note of it.
Yeah.
And then I'll continue working on my thing and keep pouring some coffee and smoking some tobacco.
All right. In terms of the watch, right? So that perception check, as you're keeping watch, you hear the night birds, maybe some snipe. You definitely hear the hoot of an owl.
Fucking owl.
You do hear a little bit of water splashing, but it seems like maybe it was just an animal passing or something like that. She kind of looks up for a second, not on alert, but like taking notice of it as well. And then she just goes back to smoking. Doesn't seem too worried about it. And the end of your watch comes without any major incident. Who is taking the second watch?
I'm going to wake up Dez.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell him to let Xanthi sleep to get Nori after.
All right. Des will get up, pour some coffee.
Lucille kicks Merle's boot. Get up, Merle. It's your turn.
I heard something at some point. Probably nothing, just a little splish splash. Probably some small animal or something, but it came from that direction, just so you know.
All right.
Thanks for the warning.
There's plenty of coffee there. Just drink as much as you want.
Heck yeah. I'm getting some coffee. He grabs a tin cup and pours it. Oh, it's piping hot. Oh yeah. Hey, Desmond, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let me show you a few things here. Come on, buddy. You guys walk over to this old log that looks like it's kind of rotten, and he kicks it a couple times and it splits open. And there's all these white grubs that are just kind of scurrying around inside, crawling around. So these are great for fish bait.
Oh, all right. Des will start scooping a few into a leather pouch.
Yeah, just be careful if they get into your stuff. They can eat holes in your clothing.
Oh,
yeah, just be careful. They're not like rot grubs or nothing, but they're voracious. But good fish food.
The fish like them.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You guys hunker down back by the fire. Give me a perception check for your watch, and give me a D12 roll.
All right. Perception is 12. And a D12, you said?
Yes.
That's a 4.
Okay. All right. So Desmond, is there anything that you want to take care of or accomplish during your watch?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. All right, your watch goes relatively uneventful then. You maybe have a couple of brief conversations with your dwarven companion, but not super talkative. At a couple times you think that maybe they're snoring, but then when you look over them, they're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe they fell asleep. You're not sure. But yeah, your watch comes to an end without any incident.
All right, Des will go wake up Nori.
Although I will say, tagging on to the earlier splashing, you do hear a little bit of splashing in the water. Doesn't seem to be any. It seems maybe a small animal, perhaps.
Nori, it's your watch.
Okay, I'm up. Where's that coffee?
It's over here.
Okay.
Earl gets up as well. I can't remember if it was Merle or Earl who did the last watch, so we'll just say it's Earl. Earl gets up with you, Nori, and sits down, stokes the fire a bit, pours a cup of coffee. The two of you settle in while Desmond and the other dwarf go to sleep. And within just a couple of minutes, you hear the splashing that the others had heard.
I look over at Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Did he hear it?
Mm-hmm. He's looking at you like,
Was
that?
a fish?
Fish jump, maybe, yeah.
I like the crickets though. Pretty calming.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out that splash.
How far is the water from where we're sitting?
10 feet, maybe.
Oh,
You're like on the banks. Barge is pulled up onto like a little sandbar area, little beach.
I will get up and come with him to the edge of the water.
Looking about, roll perception check. Or an investigation if you'd like.
If I'd like.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. Are you just kind of looking around? That'd be sort of perception. But if you want to like really kind of look around and maybe get down and look for anything, that's out of the ordinary, that'd be more of an investigation.
That's kind of more what Nori, I think, would do.
Okay.
Get down in there. So,
Okay.
Investigate. Ooh, not great. 4.
Okay.
I
You
am lulled by the sound of the crickets.
and the river just flowing it's just a beautiful,
Very
sound, very extremely peaceful. And then you hear a whoosh, and some reeds rustling. Wow, that's interesting. Let's go check it out. And he just starts walking down the embankment.
Are you planning on going in the water?
Not if I don't have to.
Okay. Oh, and I start coming down too. Should we tie a rope to something?
No.
Like us?
Rope. What?
No? Okay.
Never heard of such
Seems
thing.
unsafe, but yep. Let's do this.
He's just walking in front of you. I'm gonna roll perception check for him. Natural 1. He's looking around. Shit, I don't see anything.
Do you camp in this spot every time you go back and forth?
As you ask that question, you realize that you're probably about 40 feet away from the camp. The fire is just barely visible through the trees as you've followed this guy out to the edge of the water. And he's standing there and he's about to answer your question. And you look down just behind him and you can see that the beach starts to raise up a little bit and move very, very slowly. Well, yeah, we've camped here a couple of different times, and this is a.
Come to me slowly. Just leave where you are and come to me slowly.
You're not coming on to me right now, are you?
Nope, not at all.
Okay,
Not at all. Just come to me slowly.
I'm coming to you.
And I'm
What
going
are
to
we-
back up a little bit.
What are we doing here?
Don't act crazy, but I think we're standing on something.
He
Don't
looks
act crazy.
down. I'm just looking down.
Okay.
You guys are both standing on the ground, but you look over now, Nori, past him, and he turns around to look, and you can see that there is most definitely some sort of large creature that is there. And as you look closer, you have dark vision, right? You have dark vision as a gnome. As you look closer, you can see that there's an outline, this sort of broad dome-shaped outline. And you look closer and you can see that there's this long sort of reptilian tail that sort of leads along the shoreline. And you can see that there is just buried in the sand, kind of like this, two big eyes that turn and kind of look at you.
Earl, I think we have problems.
What the hell is that thing?
It's not a familiar creature to you. You can't
He
hear
gets
everything?
down and he looks, damn, that's a giant fucking turtle.
Is it a good turtle? Do turtles attack us?
You look at it and its eyes are just sort of like staring at you. It's not moving at all.
Is it? It's not classified as a beast, is it?
Yeah, it's a huge beast.
Let me see.
It's a massive beast. You look at this thing now, and it is almost as big as the barge. It seems to be partially buried in the riverbank. Like I said, its eyes and the top of its head are visible, a little bit of the domed carapace, and then you can see the tail that kind of comes out and into the water. It almost looked like a submerged log at first when you first looked at it.
Do you think we should back away from this?
I mean, hell yeah, I'm backing away right now.
Does it eat people? Okay. Yep.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's dangerous.
Yet? Yeah, let's get back.
Let's not piss it off.
Let's not act like we're aware of it or scared of it though. We're just out looking at the river,
Minding our
feeling
business.
the vibes. Yep.
I'm feeling
drinking
good
a little
vibes.
Coffee.
I thought you weren't coming on to me.
I wasn't. I was concerned for your safety, but we're not dying, so I don't know. Anything could happen.
It's a nice night.
It's not bad.
You're not bad, you know that? This is awkward.
Thank you. Let's keep backing up.
Walking and talking.
Yeah, walking and talking.
So you come here often? Shit.
No. I've asked you twice if you come here often, and you haven't
do.
answered me.
I do. I knew you were coming on to me. So he looks back at the turtle. That's a majestic animal.
It is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Just a creature
what a
like
night,
that
huh?
out in the wild. So.
Pretty sky, huh?
Yep. See that star right there? One time I made a wish on a star. Can't remember what it was, but it was memorable. The wishing part.
What says you can't wish on a star twice? The same one.
Should we both wish at the same time? The count of 3?
Okay.
Not out loud, though, because that'd be weird.
But the count, we'll count out loud.
We'll
Or
count
no,
out
is
loud.
that the weird part? Or is this whole thing the weird part?
Well, then there's a turtle just kind of hanging out, sort of a third wheel.
Yeah.
Maybe the turtle can count. I don't know.
I don't think that turtle can count.
You think the turtle can understand what we're saying right now?
No.
Okay. All right, we'll count out loud and then I forgot what we were doing.
Wishing on the star. That's what we were doing.
Okay, ready?
Okay, yep.
1, 2.
Wait. Well, I'll just do it with my fingers.
Okay,
Then we won't ruin the magic moment.
perfect.
All right. And then Nori with her tiny little fingers goes 1,
Cute. A kiss. Oh, shit.
Oh God.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. I'm super embarrassed.
How much taller is he than her?
He's probably a foot taller than you. Maybe we should just go back. My palms are sweating. Maybe we should go back to the fire. This turtle's making me nervous.
Nori jumps up and kisses his cheek and grabs his arm so she can do it, and then lets go and gets back down.
Oh, thank you. That was really sweet of you. You're a good one.
Well, here's hoping that was your wish for me, not just like a kiss from a turtle. But there you are.
As you're having this moment, you can see that the turtle is shifting a little bit and moving, not towards you, but just sort of like making it almost like it's sort of digging itself into the bank a little bit more, nestling itself into the bank. This giant beast of a turtle, as you're having this romantic moment.
It knows
with
the
Earl.
show when it sees one.
Yeah. Nestling in popcorn. The popcorn meme. All right. Well, nice night.
Earl, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I get confused with my brother Merle.
Why would your parents name you so close together like that?
I don't know. Cruel parents, but they loved us. They were cruel, but generous with their love. Kind of runs in the family, if you know what I mean. All right, let's go back to the fire.
This is not. Yep. Let's go back. Yeah.
Yep.
Listen to the crickets for a
We'll take it slow.
while. Okay.
The walk back, I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the two of you slow walk back. And you can almost feel his hand like sort of brush against yours as you guys make your way back and sit down.
I let it happen.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, he just kind of holds your hand a little bit. You got nice hands.
Thanks.
Shit, I'm not really that good at this.
You know what this hand did today?
No, what did it do?
This hand pulled a leech off my friend, off his foot. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
He doesn't like leeches.
You're talented.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, if you got a leech, if anything happens on this trip.
Yeah, I know who to talk to.
You. Yeah.
The more I learn about you, Nora Bibblespark, the more I like you.
Oh. How'd you know my last name?
I don't know. So I heard somebody else say it once.
Oh, yeah.
It's also
sticks.
it's on the overlay.
Yeah, yes, it is.
So eventually the two of you make it back to the fire and you sit down a little bit closer than maybe you were earlier. But yeah, is there anything else that you do during your watch?
I think that's enough.
That's pretty good.
Baby steps.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes relatively uneventful, I would say. You hear the hoot of an owl. Maybe you hear a little bit of the movement of the turtle. But yeah, you are able to end your watch with no major problems. And I'm assuming when you wake up, whoever's left, I guess it would be Xanthi.
Yep.
Xanthi and Spug.
Okay. Oh man. You let me sleep so long.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I think so. How's the watch? Like, Nori, do you notice anything?
There's a really big turtle down on the shore.
Cool.
I can only
Like, how
I
big?
talk to small beasts, so I can't really. Pretty big. He's pretty big down there. But he just doesn't seem bad. I mean, he didn't do anything to us.
I
Okay.
think he was there all along, like when we pulled in. I don't know anything about turtles.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
people.
don't either.
All right. Well, I'll have some of that coffee.
Okay. Xanthi will grab the coffee and hand it over to Spug.
All right. So as Nori and Earl go to sleep in separate areas, is there anything, Xanthi, that you want to accomplish or do during your watch?
Yeah, she'll take out her travel journal and she's gonna turn to the page with that the hag put in herself and just take a
Ooh.
look at it.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? I mean, it's there. There's the picture of the hag is there. It looks like it's in the style that you would draw it. But you have no recollection of drawing it. And of course, it was there when you first met her.
Yeah. So she's gonna put a short little note in there about how they met this woman outside of town in the swamp, and that she took Dez's dagger and cured Dez's curse in exchange for some stuff, and it's gonna be like really awkwardly like worded, so it like clearly she's trying to hide something, but that's all she's gonna write about that adventure. And then she'll turn the page and she's going to then start doing like an ABC's ledger for Lachlan.
Hmm. Like
So
A
she
is
can
for
teach-
apple, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so she
Yeah.
can teach him to read later.
Very cool. Okay. I like it. Yeah, that's great. You're working on that. Give me a perception check for your watch.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Perception. 16?
Okay. Yeah, you hear a little bit of movement, almost like a kind of like a friction of sand and earth, as maybe, and it's from the direction of where the turtle was spotted. So perhaps the turtle is shifting a little bit. Hey, Doc, thanks for the bits, buddy. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Everybody's got an advantage from Doc. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
in.
Doc.
Thanks for coming in on that. Yeah. The watch itself goes fairly uneventful, other than at one point Spug gets up and kind of walks a little bit down towards where the turtle is. I just want to see if I can see it. And he walks down there and he comes back a couple minutes later. He's like, oh yeah, that thing's huge. There's a huge turtle over there.
Yeah, like how big?
As big as this boat.
No way. Xanthi like gets up and walks over. Let's go see it.
Yeah, you walk down there and you can see that it's pretty well buried in the bank and under the sand of the beach, but you can see its eyes. It kind of looks, as you walk up, it kind of like turns and looks, and it kind of moves a little bit. You can see it moving.
Yeah, Xanthi waves at it.
You just
Oh,
kind of hear it
cool.
groan. Ooh. Pretty neat, huh?
So neat. It's really nice when nature doesn't try to kill us.
Yeah. We might even make it through this night without
Right?
incident. That's when you hear the hoot of an owl. So loud that even the turtle like looks up in the tree, and there's an owl right above you in the tree. And as you and Spug look up at it, it alights from the branch and flies silently across the river and disappears into the darkness. The two of you make your way back to the fire, and the rest of your watch goes relatively uneventful, and you do make it through the night without being attacked by any animals or otherwise. Maybe for the first time in weeks, And as we rise the next morning and continue on our journey, we are going to quickly take a break because it's already we're already 2 hours in and I forgot about a break. I was having too much fun playing around. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We do have a giveaway tonight, the Coalescent Canyons from our sponsor CZ RPG. If you want to get in on that giveaway, it's !drawing to get in on it. We have some fantastic new artwork from our good friend Jose Ortiz, who created just some beautiful stuff for our player character art. And so we've got that up on screen too. Thank you to Jose. If you want to go check out more of Jose's artwork, you can do that at the link that I just posted. We will be back in just a few short minutes, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you in just a couple. Thank you. Hey, we're back and we're weird. Hi, everybody. We're
So
back.
weird.
Some of us are.
How was your break,
All of us
everybody?
are.
Good
I'm
break?
weird, I'm Canadian.
Not
How was your
suspicious at all.
break?
Oh my God, you guys
I
stop.
was being friendly. I'm like, hey, how was your
Always
break?
the friendliest. The friendliest.
Blake's being weird.
Yeah.
Dave.
Stop it, Bleak.
What else is new?
Yeah. All right, you guys, it's morning time. You have, you've all achieved a long rest with a nice evening behind you. You wake up the next morning. Merle and Earl are already packing the barge, getting things ready. Spug Noir takes a little stroll if anybody joins him down the bank to see if the turtle is still there.
Yeah, I'm interested.
And the turtle is gone. But you can see the marks of where it had nestled into the side of the river. You can definitely see some huge turtle footprints in the sand. And it just looks like it slid right back into the river and swam off without
Turtle
incident.
of love.
Mhm.
Is there
Lucky
anything weird
turtle.
in the marks? Like, did it lay some eggs or just?
Yeah, you look around and you don't find any eggs. There's no other strange markings. You just see like it's just a huge turtle scrape where it slid back into the water and probably the underside scraping against the sand. As you can imagine, this thing is as big as your barge, so it's heavy. It probably doesn't lift itself up off the ground too far when it slides itself around. Big webbed, feet with big sharp claws in the ends. You can plainly see where those dug in as it pushed itself back out into the river. But nothing else that's anything of note. Wow. Pretty cool,
That was a big turtle.
I'd say. You guys get back on the barge and you travel over the course of the next day. It is fairly decent weather. You can see that the river is getting narrower and it's getting a little bit harder to navigate. There are spots where Lucille and Merle and Earl have to really work hard to get up some little rapids, but they're able to push with your help as well, Lachlan, to push the barge up. And you can hear them sort of commenting like, it seems like the water is low. It seems weird that the water would be this low. There was just massive rainstorms that came through to the south, which you guys remember that because you had spent a couple of days in the rain while you were traveling through the gnarly forest to get to Nulb originally. The day goes by, very otherwise uneventful. That second night on the river, again, pretty restful. There might be some little romantic moments between Nori and her suitor. Now, we don't need to get into all the details because we'll save that for a different stream. But
the after hours show.
That's right. After hours with Nori Bibblespark. Ooh,
Very
that
hot
sounds,
glue.
that's got a good sound to it.
I'd totally listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Nori so thirsty.
These dwarves, man, I'll tell you what.
Hey, you know.
We don't have a type.
Nulb
All right.
is really the thirstiest city in Greyhawk.
Oh my God.
Once you go to the wharf, you never leave the wharf.
Yeah, oh wow. At some point, Earl shares a little something personal
Is it
with you,
rash?
Nori. No. Shares the rash with you.
No.
He shares a little bit of personal information. I was just going to be nice and sweet. We're not going to get into what it was, but you two are bonding and he's, confiding in you a little bit as you take your watch together. But he's very gentlemanly. He's not, he's no feldspar. That's for sure.
How do you know what I'm like?
We've heard stories up and down the wild coast. He's been sowing his wild seeds.
In fact, before I came around, it was just called the coast.
That's right. Before Lachlan entered the scene, things were pretty mellow. It was the mellow coast.
The mellow coast.
Yeah,
The
man.
chill coast.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Population 1.
That's right. Oh, so nice.
But
All
no.
right. So, nevertheless, you guys are making your way up the stream and eventually it gets narrower and narrower. And you can start to hear on the third day of travel this sort of loud roar. And if you inquire about what that is, Lucille or one of her crew members will tell you that that's the sound of the falls. And you keep pushing up river and it gets a little bit harder and a little bit harder. And then you kind of plateau into a little bit of a wider area of the river, but the current is moving faster. And so there's a little bit more of a hurried pace to the polling as they're pushing up river, and they get definitely more businesslike in their demeanor. They push forward, and you can then see as the trees begin to part. As you continue north, you can start to see the sort of mist from the falls that sort of envelops this opening in the trees, and there's this pool that you come into, and you can hear it now roaring louder than ever. Pounding against the rocks. There's this colossal waterfall that comes into view with these cascading waters falling 100 feet or more. They create this spectacle and this thunderous roar. There's this dark kind of frothing and turbulent pool at the base, and it's giving off all this sort of mist, and it's really pretty because you can see like in the mist the rainbow. You can see the spectrum of colors, and it's quite beautiful. Kind of refreshing, and it's got this sort of this scent of this kind of floral scent that you pick up. It's very nice. And you can see on the north side of the river that they're about 100 yards in before you get to the falls. There is a dock, and they start pushing forward towards that dock. And as they do, you see Earl kind of fumble a little bit with the pole that he's working as he shouts out, what the hell is that? And you look up, and at first you don't know what he's referring to. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
Sorry. $19.
10.
7.
7.
19.
Nori and I are over here like playing cards.
Yeah, like what's going on?
What?
Yeah, you're kind of chilling. I mean, you're enjoying probably the rainbows, and maybe Nori is thinking about her boy Earl,
Watching his muscles.
and they're rippling. Like
Flex.
he's built. I mean, he's in his element here. He's got his shirt off, and sort of the mist
Spray in
from
his beard.
Yep. The mist coming off of
Already.
the waterfall.
Yeah.
He's kind of like,
Bronze skin.
he's
It's all
moist.
slow-mo.
Yeah, slow motion for Nori. Only.
Careless
Oh
whisper
my
playing in the
God.
background.
Slow motion.
Hey,
Oh,
no
that's
kidding.
hilarious.
What's going on?
Nori, you can feel your heart fluttering a little bit.
What? Huh?
Lachlan, as you look up, you can see before you some strange creature, scaly in appearance. At first you think maybe it's the turtle again. They'd told you about the turtle, I'm sure. Maybe it's the turtle. Or no, it's not. It comes up and it looks humanoid in nature, and it kind of like stands up, and it's big as it stands in the pool of water, but you can see that it's like chest high, and it's just almost like, this is sort of a weird reference, but almost Godzilla-like as it's kind of coming towards you. It seems to be this giant lizard creature, and I need everybody to roll initiative as it is heading your way.
What
What's
in
that?
the name of crack and thunder?
Just to be clear, we had a long rest.
You did
At
have a
some
long
point?
rest. You did have a long rest.
Okay.
Go dice. Oh
So
my
give me a
God.
second here as I kind of get a few things.
I haven't rolled over a 6 all night long.
You've been rolling pretty bad for like several
Yeah,
games.
you have. You got
Time to get some
time to
new dice, bud.
bless those dice or
I
something.
have 50 sets of dice.
Tell you
No,
what, give me
you're
your address. I'll mail you one straight from Canada. The Canadian dice will make all the difference.
Smell
They
like
smell like
though.
smoke.
They'll smell like smoke. Yeah.
And free healthcare.
Yeah, that's right. It comes with free healthcare.
Not
All
too
that free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
Dice
smell.
and healthcare. That's what they
Got that
have.
fresh healthcare smell.
That's right.
All right, let's see. I need to get you guys on a map here.
Oh, I have a map. Hey, look, do you want a boat? Oh,
What is this thing?
you want like a boat? I got like a big boat.
No, this is perfect. What we've got here is going to work just fine.
We're on a raft.
Yeah,
Are
this
we
is
on the
barge.
bottom side of the falls or up above the falls?
You're below the falls.
Okay, all right.
Yep, the
So
falls
there's
are
no
falling.
off the falls.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Whoa.
What in the
heck?
godforsaken-
God, I haven't done this in a long time. Having all these windows open is making me nervous. Okay. So here, I'll zoom out first so you can see the map. Let's show the
Got
map
another
on the
advantage.
screen. Thank you, Tim, for Desimond for his under the 6 rolls. All right, so you've got the falls here, right? So there's a current pushing this way, and there's this large creature that has just emerged from the waters below the falls. So 25 to 20, please. 15 to 20. Okay.
Oh, I got 18.
18 for Xanthi. Okay. All right, 10 to 15.
14.
13.
14 for Lachlan. 13 for Nori. And Desmond, what'd you get again? A 6?
9.
9? Okay. All right, so Xanthi, you're at the top of the order. You can hear Earl call out, "What the hell is that?" And you look out and you can see, as I mentioned, this sort of large reptilian creature that has risen up out of the water and is splashing, kind of growls as it is coming your way. What would you like to do?
Oh man. She is going to cast mage armor.
Smart.
Yeah. And then she's gonna see if she can get any partial cover on the boat, so that she can shoot from.
Yeah, for sure. There's crates and boxes that you can kind of hunker down behind. There's not a lot of room. As you can see, this thing's not, this barge is not that big. But anyways, nevertheless, you do find a spot. Give me a stealth check just to see if it kind of takes notice of where you are or where you're going. And
Yeah, that's a 12.
okay,
Tuck and roll.
there we go. Okay.
Dandy
A
just
12.
like jumps over a barrel.
All right, that brings us to the lizard creature. And it is going to dip below the water, so it disappears underneath the water. And you can't see it. There's turbulence in the water and ripples, and you can't quite tell where it is, and everybody's looking for it. And that's when it just splashes out of the water next to the barge and is going to try to smash the barge. And it looks like, Xanthi, is that you up in the corner there? You are there. So it's not attacking you, but it is clawing at the barge. So
Right.
you might get some collateral damage here depending on what happens.
Xanthi up close and personal is just screaming.
For sure. All right, so it's going to claw first. That is going to be that's going to be an 18. It hits the boat. The boat is going to take. You know what, Desmond? Why don't you give me a 2d6, please? Hey, Hooli, thanks for the raid. Appreciate you.
Heyo.
Ahoy!
Hooli.
That's a total
And
of
the
5,
hooligans.
Dave.
Okay, so the boat takes 5 damage as the claws come down and bash in part of the boat. You can see one of the crates gets torn open and it falls into the water.
Did I see what's in it?
You can give me a perception check on your turn, but it'll be with disadvantage. What did you say the total damage was?
5.
5.
Okay. All right, cool. And then it is going to try, and as it's kind of like pulling itself and the boat kind of towards it and itself up onto the boat, it's going to try to take a bite out of the nearest person. Xanthi, you rolled a 12 on your stealth check,
my
right?
hide.
So
Yeah.
it does not see you. It is going to bite at Lachlan.
Even with the screaming. Maybe
Even
it
with
just
the
doesn't think
screaming.
that I'm that, much of a threat.
Lachlan, I just rolled a
We're
natural
all
20.
screaming right now.
Oh no.
So you're gonna
And misses.
take. You're, oh, I wish, man. I wish, because this is gonna be 3. So you take 25 points of piercing damage as it bites into you.
25.
What the fuck?
I rolled a natural 20. I'm sorry. You guys watch as this thing smashes in the corner of the barge, pulls itself up, and then bites into Lachlan with a severe bite.
I think
That
everybody
brings
else
us
did
to
that.
Lachlan.
I have a front row seat for all of this.
Is that like every hit point you have, probably?
That
Are you
was
still up?
25 out of 30.
Oh, okay. Still have some. Good,
Well,
good.
I still have some. That's great.
Yeah. So
You do
I'm
have a
going to-
reaction. Do you want to use a reaction?
Oh, fuck yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
You got it.
I will, in fact, as soon as it bites me, unleash all kinds of fucking electrical
fury.
hell at it. Yeah. So go ahead and roll a dex check.
Okay. Dex save, correct?
Dex save, yes, sorry.
All right. Let's see. Dex save. I think I failed with a 6 total.
You do fail with a 6 total.
All right.
And I'm
Roll me
going
some
to-
damage.
Yeah.
Do it.
As soon as I find my D8.
I know what you're thinking about. I think. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have a hunch.
5.
Thanks for the
Seven, eight,
follow,
nine.
Quincy.
That's 9 points of electrical damage.
9 points. Okay. You zap this thing and it takes notice. It kind of lights up. You can see its whole skeleton illuminated for a moment. Anything? Okay, so that was your reaction. Now it's your turn, Lachlan. What would you like to do?
I do want to hurt it bad. I'm afraid of hitting Xanthi with it, though.
We're all crammed together here.
Yeah.
in that little
What's the
boat.
water like here? Like how deep?
You're not sure, but it hasn't been posing as much of a problem for the polling. It's been mostly current based challenge for the polling and not like navigating rocks. As it lower down there were rocky areas. This doesn't seem to be one of those spots.
My question is there a possibility of me of jumping to the shore there?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably to the north 10 to 15 feet from the shore.
Right.
So you could jump, you could try to swim.
Well, I'm gonna try to. If I jump it, is that my action or is that just my movement?
That's your movement.
Right. So I'm gonna try jumping it.
Okay.
I take a running leap and.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Do
Do you have acrobatics?
I do.
Yeah, roll acrobatics.
I have athletics also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, use athletics.
All right. So 11, 17.
Yeah, you leap off of the barge and land on the shoreline.
All right. I am going to.
And it just watches you as you go.
Yeah, well, I'm going to drop my Thunderwave.
Mm.
And I'm going to do it straight ahead down this way so that it'll hit him because it'll take in this corner, but it
Sure.
won't go past that.
I love it. Is that a dexterity saving throw?
That is
Okay.
a con check, sorry.
A con.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably better for it.
So that's going to be a 14.
So it makes the save, so it's going to take just half damage.
Okay.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 8, 18. So half of that, 9 points.
9 points. Okay.
9 points. Oh, the damage.
All right. I love
And I
it.
will yell at it and go, "Come on, buddy!"
You're trying to get its
Madly.
attention.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. All right. Give me an intimidation roll real quick, and it is going to be Nori's turn next. With Desmond on deck.
14 plus 3, 17.
17. All right. Yeah, it takes notice of you for sure, and it's looking at you. It's also looking back towards this plethora of food that just sits on this platform, this wooden platform. Hey, Armin, welcome in. All right, Nori, what do you want to do?
Airman.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast, well, not cast, but my feature Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to move a little bit, like back over there,
Okay.
and blast him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Nope, that's a 2, so 7.
No.
Darn it. Okay, but he's
7
that's it.
misses.
That's all I got.
Yep,
Yep.
7 misses. Okay, Desmond, do something.
Don't have Spug on the boat, buddy.
Dez is
Oh,
gonna
Spuggy.
fumble for his crossbow, pull it up and fire a shot off at this thing.
All right.
I'm going to use one of my advantages. Thanks, chat.
Hey, thank you, chat. Somebody want to run Spug, or do you want me to?
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Hey, all right.
Needed
Feast or
that.
famine.
Pow, 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 pow. Kapow. Natural 20. Chat that. All right.
I'll get
So,
Spug.
sorry. Character sheet. Here we go.
Bring the pain.
1d8. Okay. So it's 12 plus. Oh, and then I get sneak. Sorry. So 12 plus 7, so that's 19 plus my sneak attack.
Hmm. Sheesh. That's a big hit with a crossbow bolt.
So that was, I said 19, right?
You did.
Plus another 8, so a total of 27.
Holy moly. All right.
Wow. When we hit, we can hit.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, just twang, and it'll just like catch the guy in the neck.
Yeah, right in the neck, and it just bunch of lizard goo starts seeping out into the water and down its chest as it's trying to pull itself up onto this barge.
Sandy's still like,
Gizzard.
What's Spug Noir gonna do?
He's gonna go at 9. He's going to throw a reduce on this thing.
Oh, go Spug.
Come on, Spug.
So make a con check.
Okay. Save and throw.
Yeah, con.
All
Sorry.
right. That's gonna be a
That was-
15.
He makes it. Bastard.
Okay.
That would have been awesome.
At the
Yeah.
top of the round, everybody who's on the barge, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I would like to do this with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use another advantage.
I already rolled 13.
Okay.
17.
All right.
Pretty good. 24.
All right.
19 for Spuggy.
Okay, you guys all managed to maintain your footing, except for Nori. Give me a D4 roll.
Okay. 2.
Oh no, your Earl. Earl falls in the water.
Not Earl. Anyone but Earl.
Your man candy.
He's just buoying and floating down the river behind the ship now, behind the
The only
barge.
sailor who doesn't know how to swim. Died.
I mean, he knows how to swim,
my
but he just got thrown off as this raft is being jostled about. It's the top of the order, Xanthi. It's your turn.
Okay. She is going to. Oh gosh. What do I got that packs the biggest punch? I think she's gonna magic missile at 2nd level this guy. All right, so first one's 5. Then 3. Then 3. And the last one will be 5.
So a total of 16 points of damage I'm totaled on my end. All right. Yeah. Just makes this thing matter as all 4 of your bolts hit it. And it starts to climb up after you. Now it takes notice of you this time, and it is going to claw at you.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure that misses with a... Let me just double check. 11? I think that misses you.
That misses.
Yep. All right. And then it is going to bite you.
No!
That is a 17. Hey, Vamp, thank you.
Shield!
Nice.
Wall
Nice.
of force comes up and deflects. My
All
AC
right.
is now 20 for the next round.
Yeah, it bites you and just repelled by your magical essence as it looks pretty frustrated and beat up. Lachlan, it's your turn. You're on the shore watching this happen.
Hey, thanks, Van Wickman, for the advantages.
Hey, Vamp. Good to see you, buddy.
Coming in hot with the advantages. I will bonus action drop my spiritual weapon.
And you get to attack with it on
Ooh,
your
nat
turn.
20!
Whoa, nice.
And I will do 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
11.
Sorry, it's 8. Now I got to roll. Does it crit?
A natural 20 is a crit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the spiritual weapon also.
Yeah, it
Sure.
will.
Yeah. It's your attack, basically.
All right. So sorry. So that's 17 points of damage.
17 total. Okay. Yeah, you guys are whittling
Yeah.
this thing down for sure.
For
Some
my
big
action,
hits.
I'm going to step up to the edge there, and I will swing my sword. And prompt a miss.
Hey, thanks, Vamp. All right, you missed?
Promptly miss.
Okay. Do you want to move or do anything else on shore?
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay. Nori.
Nori's gonna pull out the old witch bolt, panicking. seeing Earl in the water. And I will roll with advantage. Dig back and use an advantage from Tithalanos. That is dirty 20.
Wow, you guys, nice work. Rolling big when it matters.
Yeah.
Ooh, 18
Never
damage.
18. Whoo, doggy. Okay. All right. Anything else, Nori?
Nope. That is it.
Desmond, with Spug Noir on deck.
All right. Seeing the success of his last bolt, he's going to fire at this guy again.
Yeah.
He use another advantage. Oh, wow. Where were these rolls all night? Another natural 20.
Wow.
Jeez.
I'll take a picture of that one. Jesus.
Just in time.
Let's see. Damage. That is. So it's 12 plus 17, and then 12 plus 5 is 17, and then sneak attack. It's another 8, so a total of 25.
25 damage. All right. As you fire that second bolt, tell me, how do you kill this thing?
Yeah.
It'll just be like roaring down at the raft, and Des will just fire off a shot and put it right into the creature's mouth, up through its head.
Oh, nice. Yeah, as that bolt goes into its head, the brightness of its eyes just turns dim as it sort of stops moving and just slips off of the raft and into the water. And you look back and you can see Earl swimming back to the barge and pulling himself back up onto the barge as this creature is put down and the threat is vanquished. You guys push the barge the rest of the way, hobble it into the dock, tying it off, lashing it to the dock, and getting onto dry land. The barge looks beat up. Lucille is looking it over. This can be repaired. Looks like we lost minimal cargo. I think we're gonna be okay. This is gonna be fine.
Oh,
Everybody
Hell,
okay?
is that thing?
Everybody okay?
Des rolled a 15 and a 16 for perception at that cargo that went overboard. He said I had needed disadvantage, so that was a 15.
Okay.
Curious
You
if I spotted what it was.
basically what you saw as the crate was just like kind of torn open and falling into the water was some shiny metal. There was something shiny that caught your attention, but you couldn't tell what it was. It just glinted in the sun as things kind of fell into the river. But you can also see that both Earl and Merle, after getting the boat lashed to the dock, are already like over on the side, like figuring out how they're going to recover it. And you can see that some of the contents you can see the crate. If you walk over and you look in, you can see that there's a crate at the bottom of the river. And so they're going to spend some time gathering whatever it was. And they do pull it
I'm
up.
laying on my back.
Yeah, Lachlan's bleeding out basically.
It is
Oh,
messed
Lachlan,
up.
Lachlan, I can heal you.
that took a bite out of me.
Xanthi will run over and
Gonna leave a mark.
and heal Lachlan.
Ugh.
At I think second level cure wounds. 13 points of healing.
Nice.
Xanthi, you have the golden touch.
Thank you. Man, I thought he was gonna rip your whole arm off. That was so scary. What was that thing?
Yeah, what was that? I'm
That
gonna
was
ask. What was the captain's name again?
Lucille.
Oh yeah, Lucille. What was that thing? Have you ever seen one of those before?
I mean, I've seen alligators, honey, but nothing like that before. That looked like some sort of giant lizard folk or something. You ever seen lizard folk? Yeah.
Like a manigator.
Heard of them before.
I mean, I've heard stories, but I've never seen one.
Well, there ain't usually
But
that big.
Yeah.
Not usually. That was some sort of strange abomination, if I've ever seen anything.
Didn't you see a giant turtle yesterday?
Yeah,
thought
we all did.
saw.
I mean, you
The-
didn't.
You guys-
They're like
the
a-
rest of us did.
That's just like a
Fucking
regular
Juice of
turtle,
Giant.
right?
Well, it's the only turtle I've ever seen. And you guys are saying giant, so I guess it is bigger than a regular turtle.
Right, but it didn't have arms and swing at you and all that, right?
He was pretty chill. I like waved, and he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
turtle
but in
was
turtle
harmless. This thing wanted to kill us.
It came right out of the water at us. The turtle just sat there. I mean, there's no way they're the same creature.
You can see
No.
Earl.
I'm just
Earl
wondering
is
if it
taking his clothes off, and he's like wringing out all of his clothes, and he's got them like hanging from the trees near the landing.
So you say he is unclothed?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's over off to the side, like wringing out his clothes and hanging them up.
Nori's a little, got really distracted from the conversation.
Right. Well, no, I'm just saying maybe it's just weird that there's two giant things. I'm just saying, I don't know if there's something around here that's.
I don't. Now, Sugar, this giant turtle that y'all saw, we've seen that before.
Okay.
So that's not that strange. But this thing that tried to kill us just now, yeah, that's right weird. I never seen that here. I've been traveling this stretch of the river for a long time. I've never seen anything like that. Well, maybe Gromlin knows something about it. We could ask him. Hey, Merle, why don't you go ahead and ring the bell? You watch as Merle walks over, and at the land side of the dock, there is a wooden, kind of like a trellis, and in the middle there's a bell, and he just rings the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Some sort of a signal, and there is a dirt path that goes off into the woods.
While that's going on, I'll sidle up to Dez. See what was in that crate?
All I saw was just something shiny, really. Something valuable, maybe.
Yeah, those are swords, and we're gonna have to get in there and get them. You can see Earl's walking back over. He's like, I drew the short straw on this one.
You want to take a rope with you?
Yeah, we have some rope. Will that help? Grappling hook?
The rope thing. Now I get it. He looks over at Nori. I see what you're saying. I wasn't quite sure what you meant to do with that rope, but this makes a lot more sense. Yeah, all right. He ties it around himself, and he's just a fit dwarven man standing there in his birthday suit with a rope tied around his waist.
Nothing I haven't seen every day.
Listening.
Flexing a little bit. All right, I'm going in.
Careful not to cut yourself there.
He wades into the river, and he and his brother work on getting the cargo out of the river. And you can see as they pull him up on shore, they appear to be very nicely made, very new short swords of fine craftsmanship. And there's 8 of them that they bring up out of the river and put up on shore. And Lucille is busy sort of like drying them off and setting them out to dry. And then as they're drying, she bundles them up in a burlap sack and puts them away.
Before, like, while they were going to, the thing I wanted to tell Dez was I found out yesterday that the crates that are sort of the shifty crates, the special crates, are marked with what appears to be kind of a very small black hand sort of symbol on the boxes, just to keep an eye out if ever what you want to be looking out for.
Black hand. Would I have recognized that symbol? Would that be
as
familiar to
Lachlan
me?
shows it to you, and you see it on the corner of the crate, you can see it on it's on every single crate that's on this barge is a small branded black 5-fingered hand, kind of like this, basically. Just the sort of like silhouette of that hand. Give me a history check.
Total 18.
Yeah, you've seen this before. You used to run with some interesting people up in Verbo City. You had your own thing going long before you ran into this group and started this new life as Desmond Adelar. But you've seen this marking before. This is it actually brings back a couple of memories of some of the jobs that you were hired to do up in Verbo as a young procurer of things, shall we say. And this is the symbol of something that you and the other dogs would call the Black Hand Gang. You don't know much about the gang itself, you know, like who's in it or what it is, but you know that it is the mark of a group. And you didn't know that they were this far from Verbo City, but
that hand, I've seen it before. It's a gang. It's familiar to me.
But like the goblin gang that we saw in the in those tunnels there.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, not related to them probably, but
Oh, you mean
I've seen it in Verbo before. It's a known
gang was in Verbo too?
Yeah.
Right now,
I mean,
pretty
these
far.
crates, I've seen these crates this mark before on other things.
You suppose these crates might be going there? I mean, this isn't the end point for all of them.
I think the way I understand it is a lot of it comes from Verbo.
Yeah, those don't look like they were made anywhere in some, side road blacksmithing shop. They probably came from somewhere else. And
as you're having this conversation, Lucille is like bundling them up at this point, and she's kind of covering up the swords and kind of putting them into a burlap sack or maybe a leather sack and protecting them and everything. She's like, it's best not to worry too much about who's sending what and where it's coming from and where it's going. That's not our business. And then she just kind of like walks off, but she overheard you guys kind of having this conversation.
well, if all those crates are weapons, it'd be interesting to know where they're going.
Right, but do you think it's wise to stay here, like while they do the handoff? Like maybe we should, like mosey along, or at least pretend to.
Yeah. This was the final destination, right? This is as far as they were going.
Yeah, you can't take a barge any farther than this upriver because you got the falls right there.
Lucille, how far to the nearest town?
Well, Twilight Falls is just up on top of the ridge line. She points up and you can see about 120 feet up. You can't see any town or anything, but you can see that's where the falls are coming down from this big promontory above you. And you can also see that there is a road that kind of like traverses back and forth switchbacks that come down. And there is what appears to be a wagon. There's some dust being kicked up off the road. There's a wagon descending that sort of precarious switchback road coming down towards you.
Let's start heading out. I don't remember exactly where the place we were supposed to go is, the temple or whatever that we wanted to go check out for the...
We really don't know anything about Twilight Falls. As far as I know.
Yeah, but there was a place that we thought we could find. Chiral, right?
All we know is that she was brought here.
She was kidnapped here.
Right. So let's get going towards the city and let's just try to, not draw too much attention. Thank you very much, Lucille. We're going to
Wait.
get out of your hair.
Wait.
You're leaving?
no, we're not with it. We're just start with our group.
Group huddle.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Earl.
this because I want to, see Earl more, but don't we want to see
You
where
want to
this
see her,
meets up?
Earl?
I mean,
With Gromlin? Isn't this getting dropped off?
Right,
That
but
Gromlin guy?
I don't know that we want to meet Gromlin. Like, we might, like, be biting off more than we can chew,
Mm,
right? We should, like,
Yeah, it's best
maybe
to
from a distance and before this wagon gets here.
Okay.
do it subtle like for now. Why do you want to see Earl? Never mind. Let's just
well, yeah. I mean,
Why? Who wouldn't? Look at him.
Yeah, Xanthi's packed up
You
all
look
her
over and
stuff.
he's toweling himself off.
Cue the careless whisper and the slow mo again.
The wind blows his hair.
And
And you can now you can hear the wagon. It's coming down the road towards the landing.
All right, leave Fabio behind and let's go.
Well, y'all taking off then from here? You're not gonna. What's your plan? Wait. Don't worry, you're leaving without saying goodbye.
No, we're leaving in 2 minutes. Okay, bye.
It's clear, Captain, that whatever you're doing here, as you say, is best not looked into too closely. So before more things happen, we're going to go look somewhere else. But thank you for the trip. We appreciate it. And best of luck with everything.
Well, best luck to you too, Sugar.
Thanks for the ride. Xanthi's already like on like next to some trees. Like ready to like possibly dive into a bush.
Yeah, let's get going.
Don't worry, I'll always remember you.
And me as well with you.
In our moment
Merle.
with that turtle.
Merle, thanks for the fishing tips.
Yeah, you got it, kid.
As
Good
we head
luck.
into the bush, I look at Xanthi. Earl and Nori?
And then Spug
I
is
don't
like,
know. I've never had a boyfriend.
Merle and Desmond?
That was going to be my next one.
As you guys are starting to make, are you going into the woods? How are you doing? Are you walking up the road? Or where are you going? Xanthi, it sounds like you were just kind of like into the woods.
She's walking along the tree line, but she's like kind of like skittishly.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we're
she's
going to
ready
go up
to
the
just
road. Like we have
hop
nothing
into
to
a
hide,
bush.
but we're not going to
If,
make
if
a
she
show.
sees that wagon, she's just gonna roll over a bush into the tree.
All right,
into the-
cool. Yeah,
Not
so
in the forest.
conspicuous at all.
all right, so as you guys walk away and a naked dwarven man is just kind of watching as you walk away. You can
Story of
hear
my
the
life.
wagon wheels turning and sort of squeaking as they jostle down this rough roadway to the landing, and you see two mules pulling this empty wagon, and driving the wagon is a stout and sturdy looking gnomish man with sort of this gray goatee that's kind of long. He's bald, and he's got this sort of I think Xanthi, you have inside your cloak, I think, is like kind of patchwork or something. He's got like a similar sort of patchwork leather vest over his tunic. And he just kind of like looks over at you as he's driving the mules down and just says, "Fine day." And he goes down and meets
You
up
guys
with
look over
Lucille.
and Xanthi has rolled into a bush.
Fuck did Xanthi go?
It changed into a bush.
I
All of
didn't
us just
change. She
stand-
just like
No, she
very
can't do
like
that.
I'm just kidding.
You okay?
yeah. Sorry, I think I got some twigs.
Man, things are getting weird. All right, let's get out of here.
So you guys are going to make your way up the switchback to the top of the falls and find out what awaits you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I think this is a great place to end tonight's session, having arrived at the base of the falls and with the big mystery of what Twilight Falls will hold for the group. I have no idea what you're going to do here, so it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. I do know one thing, that we're going to give away some loot here. So folks, look, if you are at all interested in free loot, and when I say loot, I'm talking about a giveaway from CZRPG. We're giving away the Coalescent Canyon. Let's see, I actually have an image here of what that is, I believe. There we go, PC portraits. Boom, the Coalescent Canyons.
Picture of a naked dwarf man.
We have those
Too
too.
soon.
We're going to have to wait till later to show those. We're going to have some custom character art done up for Earl. That is what we will be getting next. So I think Earl is going to be a recurring NPC for this particular campaign. But yeah, if you want to get in on the action, please exclamation mark drawing to enter into the giveaway. There we go. There you go, Doc. You're in there, buddy. Let's go ahead and go around the table and do some outros. Tell us who you are, where we can find anything you've got going on that you want to promote, and then we'll do the drawing, and then we're going to raid into one of our friends that we'll find here in just a second. So let's go ahead and let's start with Bleak. Let's start with you.
Yeah, I'm Bleak Season, the Bleak Season on Twitter. You can also check out my website, bleakseason.com. My next appearance here will be on Thursday, as Andy and I will be playing, Andy and I and Ash, actually, sorry. We'll be doing some Lord of the Rings action.
So cool.
Second episode of our Curse of Kelsaro 4-part adventure. So that's on Thursday, as I said, with Andy behind the production desk and Ash playing a character that she might very well tell you about in a few minutes.
I like the fact that you're sticking with the curse theme. I'm really digging the curses. More curses is what I think should be done in games. Well, let's jump over to Ashley then. Hi, Ash. Thanks for being here. That was really fun.
You're welcome. Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and if you liked me in this game, you can see me on Thursday for something totally different, as I play a elf who is very kind of stuffy and you know, like an archer. So it's a good time. Come
Awesome.
on, stop by.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, speaking of stuffy.
There were some sparks going.
Earl.
Yes, as mentioned, I'm Shelly. You can find me on Twitter at Real Flea Monkey, and here next week for Earl's not around right now, so maybe no more sparks. I don't know.
Never know.
And Wednesday nights, if you like this, you will see me on Pathfinder on Tithalanos' channel every Wednesday.
Nice. Busy sending those sparks all over the place. I like it.
I guess.
They don't call her Nori Bibble Sparks for nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Backstory. I like it. All right. Let's jump over to Andy. Hi, Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch and Discord sometimes, and Twitter and all those internet type places. Yeah, I'll be producing the show this Thursday. Come check it out. It'll be lots of fun. Otherwise, I'm here every Tuesday playing Desmond, collecting curses.
Sometimes curing them.
Rolling 2 natural 20s tonight. That was fun.
Yeah, you guys rolled great once combat started.
I was so
Otherwise,
surprised.
all fours, natural 20s.
Oh man. Well, you got the rolls when you needed them, so that's good.
Yes.
Before Lachlan took a second hit and went down, possibly. Yeah. That was a big one. Big bite.
Big bite.
Thanks for being here, Andy. Great to have you back. Thanks for doing the production for Bleak's game. I'm really that game is awesome. I love that Lord of the Rings rule set, and you guys are creating some awesome stories. Yeah, really good stuff. Everybody knows me. I'm Dave. I play games, run games, produce games here on the Guild Superior channel. And if you want to hang out and play games with us, you should stop on over to our Discord. We have an awesome community that continues to grow, and more cool people are joining us, and oftentimes becoming players in our one-shots and short shots. And that's where we do a lot of our recruiting for games. So hopefully that Discord link works. I don't know. Sometimes they expire for some reason, but let's give away some loot, because that's what we're going to do next. So Everybody has an opportunity to get back in there one more time and just stall for 1 second. Exclamation mark drawing to get in on the action. We're giving away the Coalescent Cannons from our sponsor, CZRPG. And Ashley is going to do, if you would, Ashley, our 5-second countdown.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here we go. Dark Elf Twilight has won the giveaway.
Ooh.
Dark Elf Twilight, are you still here to claim your prize? That's a very fitting name for our destination tonight with Twilight Falls. So well done, Dark Elf. Let us know if you're here, please. We do like people to be here to win stuff. Maybe we should ping them. Dark Elf Twilight. We'll give them just a couple of seconds to respond. Otherwise, we'll go to the next person that might be their winner. Anyone? Anyone? All right, we'll try it again. Here we go. Old school FRP. Old school FRP sweeping in for the win here, possibly. Old school? Are you here? I don't know if there's a way to tell if people are still around. Does anybody know if there is?
Hey,
You can look at me.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, hey, all right, you won, my friend. I will reach out to you after the show here and get your make sure you get the link to this stuff. It's awesome. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We really do appreciate you. We're gonna raid into our friends over at Hero Club. It looks like they're playing some Dungeons and Dragons, and I know Dylan has cooked up some really, really fun, kooky stuff for that group over there. So let's go over there, give them some Guild Superior love, that Nori Bibblespark style, and we will see you all on Thursday for Lord of the Rings. Don't miss it.
Right.
It's going to be awesome. Bye.
Ciao.